Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for WWE Aftershock in 3, 2, 1. World Wrestling Entertainment Discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the WWE Aftershock. I'm Owen the Birdman Finch, and I'm here with
Chris.
And I think you think I'm a traitor right now, Chris, because I'm wearing the other show's T-shirt, technically, the other company's T-shirt right now. I bet you were like, "Oh, he's
fucking audacity of you right now."
Don't worry. This will be the only time this ever happens. So
this is great. I almost don't want to do this anymore.
No, we're doing this.
It's late. It's probably the latest I've ever done a show before.
Well, the latest in a while, anyways. Yeah, we're covering everything Backlash and then post Backlash. Obviously, our schedules kept changing and everything like that, so we really couldn't get the show done the way we wanted it to get it done. That we may have to make a change on that. So today we're going to cover. It's going to be back to the old format of the Wrestling Rundown, pretty much, where we cover the pay-per-view and every other show that happened after that. So, let's start first with Backlash.
Such a tremendous show. Backlash happened in Puerto Rico, I might add. Such a great crowd.
Yeah, before you actually talk about the show itself, I did say this was obviously when it happened, because I guess it's technically part of Backlash, because you did see some of the press conference that happened like right before SmackDown. Do you want to kind of talk about that a little bit?
So what they did was they had a nice little setup. It was before SmackDown on the Friday before Backlash and before SmackDown on that Friday night.
You don't need to go. You don't need to go through it in too much detail because I did it on the last episode.
Yeah. But they basically just had like the tourism board, the 3 people from the tourism board that were there, Triple H, and Cody, and they gave them all belts and whatnot. But yeah, like the crowd was hot.
Yes, they were.
Like that was like usually when they do like the pre-show, like WrestleMania, for instance, or SummerSlam, or the big fours. They usually have those big fucking stages outside of the arena for where like the pre-show takes place, and like the crowd's not real. I mean, the crowd's into it, but they're not like super into it. But with this Puerto Rican crowd, holy shit!
Yeah.
From that press conference to SmackDown to Backlash, they were fucking crazy the whole way through.
Yes, they were.
What a crowd! What a fucking crowd! Loved every second of it.
Before I let you actually take the thing with the notes, I should probably cover the kickoff, because I have a feeling you don't remember who was on the panel for the kickoff or anything like that. So I'll just go through that.
I think I watched it too. I think.
But I will go through that real quick, just because I know you probably forget what happened. There's only one segment on there, but I let you cover the segment because we know the segment that happened. So we had the panel. They did the panel basically how they do all the Saudi shows, where the panel took place at Stamford, Connecticut, at the headquarters. They had a panel there. The people on the panel were Peter Rosenberg, Jackie Redmond, and Matt Camp. Yeah. Funny story. I copied my notes over from Backlash. The only person that was on the panel on that show from 2017, anyways, at 2017 and still to this day, was freaking Peter Rosenberg. He was there on the panel that day. So, I thought it was hilarious because Jackie Redmond posted on her Instagram page, because she's been, as you know, she's been going ham recently because NHL playoffs have been going on. And I just love, this is just such a WWE thing to do sometimes. I just love that this happened. The one day that she was going to have off when they didn't have any hockey games or anything like that. I just love it. Triple H is just like, you're doing the panel today.
Yeah, fuck you, nice.
Yeah,
it's basically the bump. is what it is. It's basically what it is.
But like I just love that. Like Jackie Redmond has the one day off. She's thinking she's gonna have a nice relaxing day. Triple H is just like, yeah, can you drive 3 hours to Stamford, Connecticut from New York and do the panel, please? It's just like that's the cerebral assassin right there. That's just really
the cerebral assassin.
I thought that was awesome. Like the one day that she had off, she had to go do the freaking she had to go do the panel for the pre-show. I thought that was awesome. That was great. Serves her right though, because she talked about how she was looking forward to the draft and completely skipped night 1 of the draft. That's not this is what she deserved right here. So
she deserved it.
Yep.
Although I did like the match graphics that they put up there. They had like the wrestlers on each side. But the one thing that was interesting was it basically confirmed it. But like underneath like Bad Bunny, there was an LWO. So it was like it kind of basically cemented his spot in the LWO.
Yeah, but there really wasn't much that happened on the panel. They were just kind of breaking down the matches and stuff. Jackie Redmond picked Bianca Belair to retain the Raw Women's Championship because she liked her outfit. And Peter Rosenberg and Matt Camp,
That was bizarre.
And Peter Rosenberg and Matt Camp like completely called her out on it too. Like it was like they completely like, hey, let's be happy it was Peter Rosenberg and Matt Camp. Imagine if it was like some asshole like that was an asshole backstage IOL. Like that would have been bad. But there is one segment that happens on the pre-show. There was no match or anything, but there's one segment that I think you and I are still laughing about to this day. You want to talk about that segment? I don't know if you remember the segment, but it did happen.
I don't actually.
It's the Wade Barrett segment.
I don't remember. Oh yes, wait, good old Wade Barrett's on the beach, and I don't know. I mean, this is like insane. Like this, like I don't know. No one knows who this chick even is, but she came up and she gave Wade Barrett a drink, and everyone was just focusing on the girl, and she's insanely hot. And it was it was crazy.
Wade Barrett talked about how he was doing really difficult research and really difficult reporting there, and he's just there relaxing. I just love Peter Rosenberg completely lost it when this happened. He was all upset about the fact that that he was stuck at Stamford, Connecticut with Matt Camp. But while Wade Barrett was in Puerto Rico relaxing, like he was like pissed that he wasn't over there. He said that he was fine being with Jackie Redmond, but he was like pissed that he was with Matt Camp.
Face. He was furious.
I loved it too. Matt Camp didn't really have much of a response to Peter Rosenberg. He was just sitting there and taking it pretty much. Like, and you can tell too. Like this is. Because don't forget too, we also watched Backlash '99 and Backlash 2004, where if there's a hot woman on screen, Jerry Lawler will make sure you know about it.
Oh yeah, you know it.
This time around, they completely dance around it. They didn't even mention the fact that happened. They didn't even mention the fact that anything about it. And I know you're gonna say, if Jerry Lawler was on the panel, even though at the times he would have still said something about it.
He wouldn't have been able to control himself.
Like this was awesome. And yeah, I just love the look. I think Peter Rosenberg's reaction to this was like the greatest thing because he's like trying not to say anything, and he was pissed when like Wade Barrett got to have this relaxing vacation. He's stuck in Stamford, Connecticut. Like,
you see the look on his fucking face too when they get back. It's just a scowl on his face. He's pissed.
Yeah,
that was awesome. I loved it. It was so fun.
Yeah, that was pretty much
it though.
Huh?
I thought it was Gigi from the.
Yeah.
If it wasn't though.
But yeah, now that we've gone through that, take us through the show. Take us through who was on commentary because it is different this time. So take us through the actual show itself.
So it happened in the Coliseo. It's a really long Puerto Rican name that I'm not even going to try to say, but it's commonly referred to as the El Coliseo, in Puerto Rico. Massive stadium there. It was rocking from from beginning to end. 18,000 plus seat stadium, well, 17.9. That's for Bad Bunny concerts, but the show was, of course, headlined by Bad Bunny,
Yep.
and he was all over the marketing. He was competing in the what they called the co-main event, which was actually the third to last match on the show.
Yep.
It should have been the main, but I'll let it slide because of what happened. It was such a great show.
Especially to the main event. It's not like the main event didn't rule anyways. So
It was great. So first match on the card.
oh, you didn't say he was on commentary.
It's people.
Well, who are these people? They may have never watched wrestling before. They don't know who these people are. So
People. Michael Cole and Corey Graves for the English commentators. In case if you didn't know, it's basically the pay-per-view commentary team now, which is great because they feed off each other so great. It's like, even though Pat McAfee's gone, with Pat gone, Corey Graves has been excellent with Michael Cole.
Has been.
They've always been great together, and it just like continues it. They really feed off each other. They really,
especially now under the Triple H regime, where it really works really well now too.
Oh yeah, because fucking Michael Cole doesn't have anyone screaming in his ear fucking every 35 seconds.
As we saw in Battleground 2013.
Yes. Michael Cole is actually a great commentator when he can actually fucking say words that aren't screamed at him through a headset.
Yep.
But yeah, like this typical pay-per-view commentary team of Michael Cole and Corey Graves, great commentary team. Usually the usual pay-per-view commentary team, minus of course Pat McAfee, which will make it a little bit better, but him and Sam just had their baby recently, so congratulations to them. His schedule is going to be a whole lot more crazy because there are rumors, I know I'm going a tangent here, that he's going to move to ESPN. Him and his Pat McAfee show. So that's pretty fucking cool for him.
I still think he's coming back. He did say because he had Michael Cole on the Pat McAfee show recently that I still think he'll do one more commentary, at least commentary run in WWE.
I think he's going to come back for sure. And the Spanish commentators were Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto. They've been doing that forever since basically Carlos Cabrera left. Jerry Soto's been doing Spanish commentary.
Can you believe Jerry on the press conference? Because I want to get your take on this because I talked about it at the time. Jerry Soto wasn't even born when they were in Puerto Rico the first time. Think about that for a second.
That is just wild. That's crazy. And new Raw ring announcer now, Samantha Irvin, because her fiance Ricochet is on Raw, so she switched.
Yeah.
So she went to Raw. Yeah, that's the on-air personnel.
Yeah.
So the first match was Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Very fucking bizarre.
No, it's Raw.
Because she's for some reason, don't know why, pretty bizarre.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
The crowd, like I said before, during the press conference, all the way through to SmackDown and to Backlash, was fucking electric. And during this match, they actually turned on Bianca.
Yes, they did.
They were cheering for Io, which is not surprising at all because Io's extremely talented. This match was fucking great. It's a great match. The finish happens when the rest of Damage Control comes out to try to help Io win. Io ends up not winning. She ends up losing because Bayley costs her the win. She tries to get into the ring to try to do some razzle dazzle. Doesn't work. KOD and Bianca ends up your victor. I give it. I don't even know what I would even give it, but it was a really good match, though.
Yeah, I thought this was great. I liked this match a lot. I thought it was very back and forth. The crowd really made this match. Let's talk about the show, because you and I did the retro when they were in Puerto Rico for New Year's Revolution. I don't know why, but it's the crowd here was way more into the show than they were for New Year's Revolution 2005.
Super more, way more.
Yeah, it was insane. I maybe I don't know why that was the case. It just maybe because too there's more wrestlers on the show that they cared about. Because if you remember on the other show, they loaded the main event on that show so much that like basically like it was there was really no one that they could really sink their teeth into. The only other people that they really cared about were like Trish and Lita. And don't forget to be fair to WWE, that show was also cursed because every like the first 2 matches of that show had injuries happen, so they really couldn't get into anything. So, but yeah, this match was great. I thought it was very back and forth. Bianca Belair retained didn't shock me, considering the fact that she was close to breaking the record, but I thought they made Io Sky look strong in defeat, and she only really lost because of damage control, pretty much. And obviously, I like the way they did that, where they set up the they set up the split of damage control now, which I think it's time for them to split up. I'm glad they're not gonna do like a thing where they're gonna split up right away. They're gonna build to it a little bit, and I think we could get like a nice SummerSlam, like either triple threat, or they could do a thing where they do a tag match, and maybe Io Sky is gonna get a tag partner, which I think would be cool. I'd say have it be Asuka, but that can't really happen now, which we'll talk about later. But
I honestly would go Bailey becoming a face again and finding a tag partner versus Io
that
and
would be.
Dakota.
And obviously, the tag partner could be probably Charlotte. No, it can't be Charlotte because she's on. No, she's on SmackDown, right? Charlotte, she's on SmackDown.
Yeah, she's on SmackDown. You could do Charlotte.
So, yeah,
that reunion.
but yeah,
it wouldn't even be a fucking reunion because they never teamed up before. So
no, they didn't. But I thought this was great. I give it this was 4 stars.
It's 4 stars. Great. It was a fantastic opener. It was a great way to kick off the show. Like I said, like the fucking podium. I've gone back and watched this show at least 4 times already.
Wow.
For other reasons, mainly the Bad Bunny parts. But it was the crowd from beginning to end was just fucking wild.
Yeah.
I can't say it enough. Like it just like the plus too. I forgot to say this too. The set looked fucking awesome.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
That fucking entrance where they had the video board on both sides, but a really long fucking video board and kind of like 2 shorter video boards was fucking. It looks awesome. It kind of gave me almost like Survivor Series to 02 kind of vibes.
Like anytime they went to MSG, Survivor Series 02, Royal Rumble 08, Royal Rumble 2000 type of thing. Yeah, definitely. And then also too, they did this really cool thing like right before the show opened. They did it for SmackDown too, where they had a drone shot and they had the drone fly over the arena pretty much and like went right into the arena and that type of thing. And they kept going back to drone shots. I hope they keep doing that. That was cool stuff. I liked that. Because they had drones doing the Thunderdome, but they never really used them that much because it was Thunderdome. So I hope they can keep using them. Yeah,
that was awesome. Those drone shots are really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Next we had Omos versus Seth Rollins, and surprisingly, this match was actually pretty good.
It was,
as expected. Fucking Seth, massive reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, that was crazy loud for him.
Yeah.
Omos again in this match looked like a star.
He did.
He's really, really improved a lot over the last year.
Yeah, he definitely has.
A big lumbering Hulk that's in the ring like a Kali. He's more like a Big Show.
Yeah.
In that way, where it's like he's still like athletic and can get around the ring and move around and he looked awesome in this match. Really back and forth. Not like in Omos didn't really kick his ass like a ton in this match. It was really more back and forth.
Yeah, it was.
And Rollins goes for a stomp, but it gets blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes for he does something else, Omos does something else, and then Seth hits him with a fucking curb stop off the second rope, which was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And Seth pins him and gets the win. I give it 3 stars. That match was it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I thought this match was pretty good. I give it 3.25 stars. I thought the story of the match was pretty good. I thought Rollins made him look like a star, and I thought almost made Rollins look like a star. And it hit Rollins all he was a star, anyways. And almost like you said, has really improved. Um, and I think he's just gonna get better. It really is crazy because I was very, very critical of Omos a couple years ago, especially when Braun Strowman got released, and I'm like, why are you getting rid of Braun but you're keeping Omos? It didn't really make
Yeah,
sense.
I thought that was also.
But now he's so much better now. And honestly, I think he has a chance to really improve. Obviously, if he had gone over here, I would have understood because there was rumors he was supposed to face Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship at Night of Champions, which isn't going to happen now. We'll get to that later. But, I'm happy they went with the decision because Seth needed a win here because since there was talks he was going to be the first world champion, it wouldn't have even made sense for him to lose. So I was happy with this. And I thought, even though Omos has had all these losses, I thought he didn't look too bad because it took 3 curb stomps and 1 off of the second turnbuckle to finally put him away. So I thought he looked pretty good. They have to start giving him some wins now, though, just because he's had like a lot of losses recently. So, and they keep calling him a giant, but you can't call someone a giant if they consistently lose. So
Yeah, I think he's about to get a big win soon.
yeah.
I think he faced Brock and he faced Seth, so it's like you're gonna eat the pin both those times.
Yeah, and then he faced. I know he faced Braun, and he faced Braun like right when he came back, so he was obviously going to eat the loss there. So
I think he's about to start racking up wins, and I think he might have a major program coming up.
Yeah,
like I don't know, obviously, but like I'm thinking like to get him some wins, he needs to have some major wins coming up and a big one at SummerSlam.
Yeah, definitely.
He can do like a big, maybe another feud with Lashley, or
yeah, because the beauty part is he's a free agent, so he can go anywhere. So
I'm trying to think of like who.
Oh, I didn't realize he muted his mic. So all right, so continuing.
Back.
Okay.
A little interruption there. But yeah, if he has like a really, really good match at SummerSlam, I think it's gonna put his stock through the fucking roof.
Yeah.
I would really like. I think he could work with like a smaller guy too, and I think it would work.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I think he definitely could work with a bigger guy like Lashley or Bronson Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be a really good match too.
Yeah, definitely. And he's a free agent, so he can go anywhere. So
his stock is on the rise right now. Like I said, like Seth, face Brock, face Braun. I think if he even face Braun at SummerSlam.
Yeah, there's a reason to do a rematch.
But yeah, like that's I like from when he debuted at WrestleMania, in Tampa to now, vastly improved. So the next match was the triple threat match between Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
This match was fairly solid. I thought it was. It wasn't great. It was good. It was good. It was very good. Lashley goes for the spear, hits Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory throws Lashley out of the ring and hits and pins Bronson Reed for the win.
Yeah, this was a good triple threat match here. I like the way that Austin Theory wrestled because he wrestled like the typical cowardly heel who has Lashley and Bronson Reed face off, but it wasn't like the predictable cowardly heel. Like he didn't completely stay out of the match. He was very calculated in this match because you've seen before when heels like are completely cowardly, they don't even want to like deal with the match. I thought Austin Theory still looked fairly
too many fucking times.
Yeah. So I thought they had a good balance with it here. It was cool to see Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed go at it. It does kind of suck that feud's now going to like be over now pretty much because they didn't really have a blow off. But yeah, I thought this was good. I gave it 3 stars. The right person went over, I think. Unfortunately, this is where I screwed up because I was an idiot and decided to add a bonus point to the title match because you and I had a title match. And the bonus point was who was going to take the pinfall in the triple threat match. I predicted Bobby Lashley. You predicted Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed took the pinfall. And if I didn't even make that a bonus point, I would have won.
You would have won.
I would have won the belt. But that was not to be. So we're making it known now. Anytime there's a multi-person match, whether it's a tag match, or like a fatal four-way, six-pack challenge or whatever, we're just gonna predict who takes the pin in the match.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll do.
It's not a bonus point. It'd be like a point. Well, it'll be a bonus point, but it's not like a bonus point that we add on at the end. It's just a bonus point that counts towards your victory or your defeat or whatever.
Yeah. Because I had we and we won't do it for like traditional tag matches. We'll do it for like 6-man tag matches. So. But yeah, had I not had that bonus point in there, I don't even know what I was thinking because it was only like us two even facing off. There was no chance it was even going to be a tiebreaker anyways. And I noticed you weren't pointing that out because you're like, "Wow, I'm going to retain the belt now no matter what." So it's like,
yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, wait a minute, like I was like, you can't just like have a bonus point there and go, maybe add it on at the end, maybe not. I was like, wait a minute, I won.
Yeah, it was so bad. Hey, it's not the dumbest thing that someone did doing predictions on this show.
Oh yeah, someone putting the belt on the line on the last 3 minutes of SmackDown.
That's not even the dumbest thing somebody did though.
That was the dumbest thing between us that we faced off.
Yeah. But I think the dumbest thing, predictions league that ever happened was Steve forgot the rules and he was the champion. He sent all his picks in before John. No, he wasn't the champion. John was the champion. He sent all his picks in before John did, and John just picked all the same. John just picked all the same.
Pick the same people.
Because we have the rules of if you tie with if there's a tie, the champion retains. And Steve. I still can't believe this happened. By the way, I know because I remember
chance to change a pick or two, and he said no. There's no reason for the fucking title match even happen because he lost.
Yeah, and then
the show even started.
I like to. I think it was while we were doing the show that he sent the picks in. We looked at our phones and saw that he sent the picks in. It was like, what was he doing?
That was stupid. That was beyond stupid.
How did he forget that rule? I
don't even know how it's even possible. How do you forget the rule? The champion always goes first.
Yeah.
The champion goes first. You put your picks in after, so that even if you do match, you change your pick.
I'm 0 for 2 right now though, because I'm a part of two of the dumbest prediction things that ever happened in the history of our prediction league, and we've been doing them a while.
Too damn long.
Yeah.
So
yeah. This match is 3 stars. This match might be 3 1/4, but if I wasn't an idiot, this match, because this match cost me the championship, and and I know you're gonna say no, you cost yourself the championship, but that's
you did. You most definitely did. But yeah, I give it 3. It was a solid triple threat match. Nothing great, nothing.
Yeah,
that wasn't fantastic. It was just a really good, solid triple threat. I will say this though. After seeing what I've seen recently, I think it's time that we give Austin Theory the good old John Cena turn.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Can we just talk about this because this is kind of an issue? It doesn't even feel like he beat. It's almost like he didn't even beat Cena at Mania. Did that win at Cena?
It really didn't. It didn't even feel like he did. He took Cena's T-shirt design.
Yeah,
but other than that, there's no reference of him beating John.
Yeah,
there's no shit talking John besides maybe the next night, I guess, on Raw.
To be fair, he hasn't been on TV all that much, and when he has been on TV, his segments had been changed, so that could also be why they haven't brought it up. But maybe that also, I think, needs to kind of shows how much Like, it really doesn't mean anything now, I guess, to beat John Cena anymore. Like, I feel like that because he loses. I don't think he loses so often now that I feel like,
Yeah.
which is,
He,
you know,
he definitely needs to have that John Cena babyface turn. Because the
yeah,
stuff I've seen online from him interacting with kids is heartwarming.
it's really good. Yeah,
He does a lot of Make-A-Wish now too. Also, he's right now internally listed as a heel. I just think it's time.
hmm
It's like it's just time for him to make the turn.
yeah,
He's
it would be
done
cool.
literally everything he could as a heel. I think he could be a mega money maker as a babyface.
Yeah, he'd be good.
He's following in the same arc as the John Cena arc.
hmm
Like from not well, John came up as a face, but like from October of 02 to October of 03, he was a heel. And he
Yeah,
was so likable as a heel that they turned him face in October of 03. And he was
just
that way for the rest of his career.
to the detriment of the company sometimes.
Sometimes to the detriment of the company, but for the longest time, it was a moneymaker.
hmm
And I think if you do that with Theory, there's a really good fucking chance. I'm not going to say he's going to be equivalent to Cena because no one's in that fucking stratosphere. In terms of Make-A-Wish and everything,
Yeah,
in terms of like T-shirt sales and money he drew into that company, even in some of its darkest days, in that late 2000s, 2010s PG era, he drew a lot of money for WWE. And I think Theory could do some of that. I mean, he's already doing Make-A-Wishes.
yeah, he is.
He's doing a lot of fan meetups. Like, why the fuck are you keeping him a heel? It's time.
Yeah,
He's a likable person outside of the ring. There was like a video like he signed like something for a kid and he was like smiling. I'm like, this isn't a fucking heel. He's
yeah,
having
it's a
a good
baby
time.
face.
He's fucking taking pictures of fans like smiling with children. Like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't a heel. This guy is literally a babyface right now. Kids love him. Like, it's time to fucking. It's time. It is just time.
Yeah, I agree.
You could only do so much of this cowardly chicken shit here with him before it's just time.
Yeah,
It's kind of run its course. It's run its course already.
I agree with that.
So now we have Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley. This match, it was as you kind of expected it to go.
Yeah,
I would have switched it up. I would have done a last minute change. Rhea wins with the Riptide into the sexual pin that she does that gets fucking for some reason that gets random dudes horny online. But Zelina had a really great entrance where she had the Puerto Rican flag and her family was ringside. And she dedicated the match to her late father who tragically passed away in 9/11. Just everything was going in the direction of her winning, obviously, in storyline terms. She dedicates it to her late father. Families at ringside. She has the Puerto Rican flag on her cape. And she fucking loses to a Riptide. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
yeah,
I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to do a one-time switch. You could give fucking Rhea the belt back on SmackDown. But this was your chance. Or if you wanted to wait have her go a week with it, and then the following week, 2 weeks later, switch it back to her, I would have been okay with it. But in that fucking moment, with that fucking crowd, I feel like that was a big misstep by Triple H as Booker. That belt needed to change hands that night. I don't think the match itself was bad. I thought it was relatively good, but again, it didn't seem like it was that long. And there was a couple of hope spots from Zelina, but I think Zelina should have won this match. It was it was really good. And post match too, she got a really nice, really fucking thunderous standing ovation. Very emotional moment for her. She was crying like both pre and post. Like, it was just an awesome moment for her. It would have been better if she won, but I will say this in an interview recently with Ryan Satin, out of character, the podcast that Satin has. Rhea went on and saying that she was trying so hard not to smile because that moment was so cool to see that happening to Zelina. She was very, very she was like, I was trying as Demi, I was trying not to smile because I was so happy for her. But as Rhea, I have to get into a zone and try to kill her now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, I basically agree with everything that you said. Maybe I didn't get as mad as you did of Selena losing because I'm like, I even said in the chat, you know what? If Cody has to lose at Mania, I'm not that mad about it. I feel like because that's the one that got me obviously mad at the time. Because Cody didn't just lose in front of his family and all that type of stuff. He lost right in front of Brody Lee Jr. and all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I feel like too, this is the third time where they've built up a storyline around someone in their home country returning there, and they didn't win the belt. They did it with Drew at Clash at the Castle, which that one didn't bother me that much, just because Drew was already over anyways. And it wasn't time to take the title off of Roman yet. They did it with they did with Sammy at Elimination Chamber, but because we got a better story out of it, and because Kevin Owens returned and everything like that, that one didn't bother me. Sami Zayn still got to stand. He still got to lay out Roman Reigns at the end of the show and everything like that. So, and then I think here though definitely because I feel like too you're gonna want to diminish and return where now every time someone goes to the hometown, and they build a storyline like that, people are gonna instantly know they're not gonna win the belt because 3 times now this has happened, and they didn't win the title. Yeah, in a row. I guess I can't because I can't really count Cody technically because he wasn't in his hometown. So
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely would have done a title change here. It didn't even have to be it could have just been a roll up. So she goes for the Riptide and Zelina counters it into a roll up type of thing. And then the next night on Raw, Rhea Ripley destroys Zelina Vega and demands a title match or something. On SmackDown, she basically forces Adam Pearce to make a match on SmackDown or something.
Yeah, I would have been okay with that too. On Raw, be have her beat the shit out of Zelina, and then back and forth a little bit, not embarrassingly bad, but she puts it through a table. Rhea puts it through a table. She's pissed off. She goes to the back and says, "I demand a title match for SmackDown. I want my rematch on SmackDown."
Yeah.
That's simple. Then she wins the belt back that night.
Yeah. And it doesn't take any.
Okay with that.
It doesn't take away from anything. It doesn't hurt Rhea Ripley really all that much.
No, it doesn't. Because it's okay, this is the perfect time. I would have, if I was Triple H, if I heard that reaction, I would have said, you know what? We're switching it here.
Yeah.
This would have been the perfect time to do it. Boom. Give her the feel-good story. Hold the belt up high. It's just, I feel like they had the trifecta here. Dedicating it to her late father who died in 9/11. Family in the crowd. Heritage from Puerto Rico. She got the trifecta and lost. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? First of all, her late father, family, Puerto Rico. It still loses. I'm what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, and I knew it was going to happen that way too. I knew she was going to lose. And I heard the reaction for Zelina, and I was like, maybe they might do the switch here. Maybe this is it. Maybe they might do the switch here. And as soon as more as the match was going along, I was like, it's not happening. I'm I don't know why I'm talking myself into this. It's not happening.
Yeah.
And it didn't. And I was very mad. Very, very
mad. I knew. Yeah. But then the show rules for the rest of the show pretty much.
Fucking. I mean, she got. I give it 3 stars. I mean, she got the reaction too. that she
Yeah.
fucking deserved in Puerto Rico. It was crazy. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I give it like 3. I gave it 3.25. Yeah.
So this next match is fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
It is the San Juan Street Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Should have went on last, like I said before. And with everything that happened in this fucking match, it should have gone on last.
Probably should have gone on last.
It should have been Bad Bunny and Priest, Brock and Cody, and then in this spot where Bunny and Priest were, should have been the 6-man tag.
Yeah.
But Damian Priest versus Benito, Bad Bunny. I can't even put into fucking words. I'm not going to go blow by blow here. I will go a little bit into depth, but I'm going to say if you haven't seen it yet, it's been a week when we do this. I don't know when the hell this is going to be uploaded, but it's been a week. I've watched this about 4 times already, this match itself. It blows my mind how good Benito is in the ring.
His first one-on-one match too, by the way.
Yeah, because he only did the Rumble and the tag, but like, oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah.
And I had to go back in when watching it because I got this quote from Corey Graves like during Bunny's entrance, and he said, and Corey Graves said, and I quote, "I've got so much respect for Bad Bunny. This is not your run-of-the-mill celebrity who wants to stop by so they can promote something. This is Bad Bunny's dream. Bunny lives for this. He loves WWE. Bunny put in the work to prepare for these fights. This is going to be fun." And I felt that too because I'm like, this is Benito's dream. He loves WWE. He wanted to be a WWE superstar growing up. And this isn't your run-of-the-mill celebrity who comes in to promote their shit and get the fuck out of here and you never see them again. Someone who doesn't know what the fuck's going on in the business. Someone who could give a fuck less about what the people do in the ring. And it's just a fucking celebrity that comes in, gets their payday, promotes their shitty movie, promotes their shitty book, promotes their shitty podcast, and they're out of here. That's why I have so much respect for Bunny and for Logan Paul because they genuinely fucking love this. That's the one thing I respect about them the most is they're not in here to. I mean, of course, it's a massive payday for both of them. It's not just money for them; they fucking genuinely love this.
I think we're starting
so much more.
I think we're starting to see that now too with the celebrities that get brought in now because we've seen it with Pat McAfee now too. I mean, think about Pat McAfee when he had his first match; he didn't even have it in the main roster. He had it in NXT.
Yep.
He had it like that just showed. Huh?
Against Adam Cole.
Yeah, and he worked heel. Like that never really happens. That's usually the celebrities always the babyface. He worked heel, and it's not like and
Adam Cole was literally a heel. Like
that turned Adam.
For the feud with Pat, he was a heel.
That turned Adam Cole babyface. Like
it's bizarre because Pat was clearly the heel. Once he did the punt to Adam Cole on commentary, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, why is he getting booed? Adam Cole is the dastardly heel. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And don't forget, dude, this is Thunderdome, man. It's not like it wouldn't really matter who was the babyface or heel because, there was no crowd then. Well, it wasn't Thunderdome era yet. It was like right before Thunderdome.
Right before. But, they were still at the Full Sail.
Yeah, but we're starting to see people now, I think, that really want to be in the business. They actually take the time to respect the business, like Logan Paul, like Bad Bunny, like Pat McAfee. It's not someone like I threw it like Snooki or like Gronk who came in just basically for the payday and just something to do pretty much. Because we talked about it with Gronk in the Backlash 2017 retro. They signed him, and he was very quick to leave. Right after he signed, pretty much very quickly he was gone. Like,
didn't take long.
Yeah, I think he saw that he was gonna have to like do it. he saw that he was going to do this big dive at Mania. It's really sad that a 70-year-old man who shouldn't even be doing this anymore went and dove off of I forget what it was, but that perch in the performance center.
Crow's Nest.
Yeah. It's really sad that like he was willing to go off of there. Like Bad Bunny and Logan Paul and Pat McAfee would have gone off of there, no problem. They would have totally done it. But yeah, like I'm just happy that we're starting to see celebrities that like generally. I mean, we have seen it before. Like obviously Floyd Mayweather cared about the business. And we've seen other people come in. Even though he didn't wrestle, we were talking about some of the guest hosts. Shaq generally wanted to be there. Bob Barker generally wanted to be there. You could tell he. Then again, when Bob Barker came in, he got to kind of do his shtick anyways. But like Bob Barker, you could tell generally liked being there. So,
yeah, he was great. I liked him being there.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Mickey Rourke came in. The thing he did that they were hoping was a wrestling movie, and he was so afraid of Chris Jericho, he didn't even want to have a match with him. Like, so. But anyhow,
punching him out too, some in that match too, also or whatever. It was bizarre.
If you remember, they did because Jericho went on Larry King Live. He stayed in character, but Mickey Rourke thought he was being serious, I think, but Jericho was just staying in character.
He was because he was the heel.
Yeah,
that was like bizarre. Like it was so weird.
And Snoop Dogg, obviously, like you can tell, he genuinely likes being there.
Oh yeah, dude has a blast every time he shows up. He respects what people do in that ring.
And I feel like too, we're gonna start to see more people like that. Who's that football player that's like? Yeah, I told once his football career was done, I think he's totally gonna come to WWE.
Oh, he's a massive fan of WWE. He's a massive fan of wrestling in general.
Yeah,
him and Penta have developed a relationship.
So
over the past couple of years.
But anyhow, yeah, take us through the match now that we talk about how great these celebrities are. These celebrities are being very nice people, very nice, very respectful.
Very nice.
We like it when people are nice, not like Karrion Kross, who's mean all the time. Not like him. Notice, by the way, he's not on TV anymore because he's so mean. That's how mean he is.
Fucking mean. What an asshole.
Yeah. But anyhow,
so the San Juan Street fights next, and Priest came out first, and then obviously Bad Bunny came out with his I think it was one of his new songs, and the fucking place just went fucking bananas. Everyone in the fucking crowd was singing the song. It was fucking goosebump worthy. It was crazy. I loved it. It was amazing.
Before you continue with this match, let's also talk about this too, because we forget this about Bad Bunny. He wrote one of his songs about wrestling. That's how much he likes the business, by the way.
Exactly, yeah. Booker T.
Yeah.
Like, come on, one of his songs is literally Booker T.
Yeah.
It was just, it's crazy. The fucking place went nuts. And both these men too, Puerto Rican. Damien got a nice reaction for being the heel, being that he was born in New York, but I think he spent like 16 years of his life in Puerto Rico. So he moved to Puerto Rico back to New York, I think when he was like 18, 19, something like that, somewhere around there. He said too when he moved back to fucking the United States, he didn't even know English. So
yeah.
That's a little interesting thing because the fact that he's fluent in English now.
I know, it's crazy.
But place went fucking crazy. Just seeing those two in the ring, once friends, now bitter enemies, as the old WWE quote would say. I'm not gonna fucking go through this entire thing blow by blow, but like I would just say I'll do cliff notes here. Fucking crazy. At one point, Bad Bunny, they're going into the crowd, and they go into the tech area, and fucking Benito took a fucking Falcon Arrow through the equipment.
Yeah.
I was like, as soon as they were getting up there, I was like, there's no way Bad Bunny's going through that fucking table. with all the shit on it. But
Yeah, I thought,
I'm like, Damien's 100% going through that.
and he went through it.
And then they did the fucking Falcon Arrow through the fucking table, and I was like, holy fuck, I can't even believe Benito did that. I was like, holy fuck.
It was insane.
That blew my mind. I was like, this silly fucking celebrity would do something like that. And then they had Adam Pearce came out to check on Bad Bunny to make sure that he was okay. And before he could even get a response from Bunny, fucking Damian Priest grabs him, brings him back into the ring, and just beats the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And Bunny gets a hope spot and starts working on Damien's leg for a little bit. Fucking smashes a chair on the up against the fucking ring post. That looked fucking brutal.
Very brutal.
He tried to, at one point, he was doing the cowardly Eddie Guerrero heel thing where he's kind of like backing away, apologizing, saying he's sorry, and it kind of like lured in Bunny a little bit, and then he kicked him right in the face for that chicken shit heel. Then Bunny gets a little bit later. Bunny gets back to beating the crap out of Priest again. All of a sudden, here comes the ungrateful pissant of a son and his fucking buddy Finn Balor. They come out to fucking ruin the fun, of course. Oh, and at one point too, I forgot to mention this earlier. Savio Vega, they showed him giving Bunny a Puerto Rican kendo stick. And Priest used that against Bad Bunny at a certain point in the match.
And the crowd boos when this happens too. Like they hate it when this happens.
Because the legend, Savio Vega, Puerto Rican legend, gave it to him.
And this is like the first time Savio Vega has been on like TV for like a while, like in front of the WWE crowd for like a while, type of thing.
Since like the 90s.
Yeah. Because I know he was at the Survivor Series in 2020, but that was Thunderdome. So
that was Thunderdome era. That doesn't really count, but it kind of does, but not really.
We don't count that.
So they so the pissant fucking fake hood rat son, Dominic pissant fucking scumbag son Mysterio, and Finn come out. And first it was Ray who came out to make the save. Forgot that. Ray came out to make the save, fucking blew the roof off the place.
Yeah.
Like that reaction for Ray was well deserved. That was a crazy ass reaction. It was like deafening. That's how loud it was. Ray throws a couple of shots in, and then the Judgment Day come out and they beat and before they could even fucking do anything, they floor Ray, fucking giving him the boots in the corner for literally like a half a second. Who the fuck comes out? But none other than fucking Carlito.
I couldn't believe it.
Hey, I was like, I had my hands on my head. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Carlito, I was like, you fucking shitting me. Fucking Carlito. I was like, I get it. I'm like, it's Puerto Rico, but I totally did not expect it at all.
Yeah.
Because there was no fucking reports linking him to the show. So that's because you usually would be like, oh, former WWE superstar spotted in Puerto Rico, or former WWE superstar being brought in for Puerto Rico on the headline of all those news sites. Not one single fucking person had it. And
I think too, even though it is in Puerto Rico, let's also not forget too, the reason I think people pop so loudly, Carlito really hasn't been in front of a WWE audience since he's left the company. Yes, I know he's been there, but I don't count the Hall of Fame really because it's not really like a wrestling crowd. It's more of like they're there for the people that are getting inducted into the Hall of Fame type of thing. Well, unless it's Stacy Keibler and they're just gonna cheer for Mick Foley, unless that happens.
Or the 2 Thunderdome matches that he had.
Yeah, so it's like, he hadn't been in front of a WWE crowd since like Because I didn't even remember. I was like, wait, what? He was, because I didn't even think to myself. He was back before though, right? Because I remember him being there doing Thunderdome era. But like, this is the first time he's been in front of like a legitimate WWE crowd since he left the company.
Legit. Like he came in for the Rumble in 2021, and for the Raw after the Royal Rumble, and also in 2021. So he did he did the Rumble spot, and then the tag match with Jeff Hardy the next night. But other than that, this is his first time in front of a WWE audience, and I don't even know how. I couldn't even fucking tell you how long.
Yeah,
I'll have to look it up, but I think it's like 2012.
I think it's 2010 actually.
Or 2010, maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember how it happened. I remember him and Primo turned heel. No, well, he stayed heel, but Primo turned heel. They just put him back together, but then he left the company. So it was weird. Primo stayed heel, but the person he was there, the whole reason he turned heel was out of the company.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure too. He because I remember he was a pro on NXT season 1. Obviously, his rookie had been eliminated by that point.
Oh yeah,
but yeah. But I remember he didn't even last the rest of the NXT season 1. I think NXT season 1 was like just ended by the time he was released.
So he was released on May 21st, 2010. He was released due to a wellnessy. That was a part of the wellnessy policy.
But I think
he refused to go to rehab for his painkiller addiction.
I'm pretty sure though too he was really unhappy anyways in the company.
Oh, he was. He had been unhappy for years.
Yeah.
He actually asked for his release prior to teaming up with Primo to begin with. Like when they were faces, like before they won the tag team titles, the unified tag titles, he had asked for his release like in like late like 2007.
Yep.
So he had done that, then he did the tag run with his brother. And then they split up after they lost the tag titles. He turned heel.
I would say that's when he was very disinterested when he turned heel.
Oh, you could tell he didn't even look like himself.
Yeah,
you can tell the addiction had taken over big time.
Yeah,
he did not. He's looked insanely ripped.
The
last couple of times he's been to WWE, this Backlash and the 2 Thunderdome appearances, he looked fucking insanely ripped. He looked great.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Carlito comes out, mind-boggling pop, I might say. Right up there with Bunny in terms of pops for the night. He comes out, blows the fucking roof off the place, has an LWO shirt on, and it was the colors of Puerto Rico, which was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Ray had it on and whatnot too. So they beat the crap out of Dom and Finn. Carlito goes to grab the apple. Dom ruins it because he's no fun. Ray gains the upper hand on his fucking piece of shit son. Hits him with a 619 right into the apple spit. They almost missed it.
Yeah, they did.
Because Ray hits the 619 and it was the 619 cam essentially. What they do all the time when Ray hits the 619, they focus on him. They almost missed it, but they actually got all of it.
They did.
And I don't know how they managed to do it, but they flipped the camera really quickly. Spit. Finn.
Dom got all of it. Dom got all of it too.
He got all that fucking apple. He fucking deserved it. Because Carlito spits in the face of people who want to be cool.
No, it's that who don't want to be cool.
Don't want to be cool. Because he's not cool.
Well, Dom kind of wants to be cool though, so I don't know if that really works out here though. So
it didn't for him.
No, apparently.
So the Finn and piece of shit go to leave, and who stops them? Savio fucking Vega.
Yeah,
the Puerto Rican fucking legend. He made an appearance early in the night. Obviously, like I said, giving the Puerto Rican kendo stick to Bad Bunny. I did not expect either of these fucking guys to show up on the show, despite the fact that Savio was literally filmed early in the day being there. Did not expect him to come out. He's standing there. He's basically Finn and Dom are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because Ray and Carlito were on the other side, and Savio was on the other side. He also had a Puerto Rican version of the LWO shirt on. And he's standing there, and he calls for someone from the back. I thought it might have been, like, thinking about it now, I was like, maybe it could have been fucking Primo and Epico. That'd have been fucking sick.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
But it ended up being just as good. The fucking LWO came out to assist Savio. And so they proceed to then jump Finn and Dom. It's like fucking 85 on 2. And the baby faces, awfully heelish of them to have vast numbers. And at one point, Finn looks back very goofily at Dom getting his ass kicked and goes, "Fuck this." It goes to leave. Just leave Dom there by himself to get his ass kicked.
Which I think you were loving.
Oh, I was loving that. Dom got the shit beat out of him. He deserved it. It was like 5-on-1.
I do love, by the way, I know you talked about it, but I want to talk about it again. When it's just Savio that comes out, Finn and Dom are all willing to go beat the crap out of Savio Vega. But then when the rest of the LWO come out, they're all scared and all that type of stuff. Like they're like falling on the ground type of thing. Like I feel like too.
It's so funny. I loved it. This entire thing was great. So, Finn goes to leave, and he comes face to face with Savio. Savio just beats the shit out of him. Hits him with a couple of chops and hits him with the spin kick, the Booker T thing that he would do, where he'd pick his arm up and then kick him in the face. And then he hit his TNT taunt, which I have not seen him do that in fucking ages. And then it cuts back to the ring and like, yeah, we still have a match going on, by the way. As Corey agrees with Michael Cole, so like, and there's still a match going on. And the match doesn't really go much longer. But Benito wins with the Canadian Destroyer. And the hometown hero gets the victory. I know this match for me is 5 stars.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This match was fucking 5 stars. I know a certain someone from a certain Observer newsletter did not give it 5 stars, but gave that cage match almost 5 stars and gave him a little bit better of a rating on Wednesday. But it's bullshit. But he can't. Of course, that match almost gets 5 stars, but this one doesn't. Fuck you.
Hey, if this match was in the Tokyo Dome, it would have gotten 5 stars. So just look at that.
If this match happened on Dynamite, it would have got 5 stars.
But yeah, this was fantastic. I love this. 5 stars. Everything worked. Bad Bunny was awesome here. Bad Bunny's so great. I think a lot of people legitimately after this match have been making match graphics and making like gifs and stuff of him being the next challenger for Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. And I think that's a great idea. I think he's proven himself.
Yeah.
And I think it would be awesome. I mean, he'd lose. But I feel
just like Logan.
Yeah. So yeah, this match was fantastic. I loved it. Take us through the next match.
6-man tag action next. It's the Usos versus Riddle, Zayn, and Owens. I'm not going to differentiate. It's the fucking Usos. It means brother. 3 brothers, a tag teaming together.
By the way, we should talk about a couple of things that we really need to mention. So Rhea Ripley had a tie on Backlash. It was Dom, and she had it on her ass pretty much. And it was it made the rounds on social media because Dominic Mysterio was pointing that out on his Instagram page. So, and I think it was here, by the way, when Michael Cole and Corey Graves were having like a casual conversation with each other. all of a sudden, Michael Cole was talking about how he only twerks by himself, and like Corey Graves is like horrified. I was horrified about it
That
too.
was very bizarre.
Yeah.
That was
By the way, you know
bizarre.
that in the Vince era, Michael Cole would not have said that, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
That was
but-
an interesting little tidbit that he admits that he twerks by himself.
Yeah.
That left Corey Graves so stunned he couldn't even speak.
I don't think he spoke for like the beginning until like the match actually starts. I think he was that speechless. Like, I don't blame him. I would have been speechless too. Like,
and also too, like Buddy Matthews commented on that picture.
Yes, he did.
It's like you may point at it, but I get to touch it.
Yes, that was great. I hope if he can come back to WWE, the first feud he has back is Buddy Murphy versus Dominic Mysterio.
100%. 100% should happen.
Yes.
So
yeah, now take us through the 6-man. Now that we've
the 6-man between the Usos and the Riddle, Zayn and Owens. I mean, this match is pretty good. It definitely, the crowd was into it, which is shocking because of the fact that they just went through that fucking roller coaster ride of a match with Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. But the crowd was into it for this.
Yeah,
they really liked it. So much, I will say this, so much miscommunication from the Usos in this match.
Kayfabe, anyways.
Yes, kayfabe, of course. Where I think it was Jimmy super kicked Jay, and near the finish of the match, Solo and Jay were kind of hard tagging each other. Lots of like dissension being shown. And at one point, he almost the fucking Samoan Spike on his own brother.
When that happened, I was thinking, Solo, don't do this. That's your brother, dude. That's your brother. Don't do this.
I was like, when he fucking grabbed him and like got the thumb up in there, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, is he actually gonna do it? Then he didn't. But they win with the Samoan Spike from Solo, and the Bloodline get the win.
On the Riddle too, which made me even happier. I love the fact that Riddle took the fall. It was awesome because Kevin Owens huh?
He's the one that should have taken the fall.
Yeah. And if we had made that clear, I would have been the champion. If we had added that to the predictions poll, because I legitimately predicted that Matt Riddle was going to take the loss.
Yeah, but if you put it down, it would have been. I think he would have won if you put it down.
Yeah, it would have. This match was great.
Where we said like that would have been like a point.
This match was great. It did take a while for it to find its footing, obviously, because of what we had just seen previously. But once the match got going, it really got going. I give it 4 3/4 stars. I love the storytelling here with the Bloodline. We're seeing the dissension of the Bloodline, and I was just getting freaking nervous because it was like, no, Homeboy's coming to SmackDown now, and he's gonna be so mad. It's just like, don't do this, guys.
I give it 3.5 stars.
There you go.
It was a really good match. It was a really good match. And at the end, it was like Jimmy was trying to keep the peace. And Solo looked really fucking angry.
Yeah.
Like, he looked really fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god. If Jimmy wasn't there, Jay would be fucking dead right now.
Yeah.
Solo would have fucking killed him.
Especially too. Yeah.
But they managed to simmer down and kept it together.
SmackDown changes that though.
We'll
talk about that
a lot. Next match is Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes, and surprisingly, this match wasn't one-sided like we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because let's talk about this. So you and I noticed this when we were watching the pay-per-view, or PLE, but can't call them pay-per-views anymore. Because the tag match started at what, like, I think that started at like 10:03, and the match ended at like 10:30, and they still had to do the video package, they still had to do the entrances, and Cody's entrance goes pretty long anyways.
Yeah.
So you and I were thinking this is going to be a squash match. And I think you pointed that out. Like, it looked like the main event's going to be a squash, and I legitimately said, and unfortunately, it's not going to be Brock getting squashed. It's going to be it would have been Cody getting squashed. But the pay-per-view did go over a little bit, which ended up kind of working to their favor, because I don't think we would have gotten the match that we did and the finish that we did had the match pay-per-view not gone over a little bit. But talk about the match.
So this match, like, surprisingly wasn't one-sided. They're just brawling all over the fucking place. They are like outside the ring before the match, and when the bell finally rings, Cody hit two disaster kicks in a row. He goes for a third one, but fucking Brock hits a German. Brock takes control. All of a sudden, fucking Brock is bleeding. Shocking as all hell, because WWE doesn't allow blood.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not like how it was on Raw leading up to Backlash, where he had a little cut on his nose.
Yeah.
Like, this was a fucking gusher.
Yes, it was.
He got more than enough color in this match to make it special. Now, the other fucking company I won't mention, they love to do it, and they fucking ruined it. But this meant something. This was special. Cody goes for the Cody, hits the Cody cutter, hits two crossroads, but Brock Lesnar kicks out. Brock picks him up, F5, boom, right into the Kimura.
I was nervous right there when he hit the F5. I'm like, shit, he's losing right here. I was like, I wouldn't mind if he lost anyways, because he was taking it to Brock, but like, I at least wanted him to kick out of one F5. I was worried he was going to lose to one F5 right there. Like,
so Brock wants to make him submit. Brock wants to add insult to injury. Instead of going for the pin, locks in the Kimura, gets a little too cocky. Should have just went for the pin, because I think he'd gone for the pin and think he would have won. It's a little too cocky. Puts him in the Kimura. And then Cody, seeing that chances are pretty slim of him winning this match right now in the Kimura, fucking arm bent back. Brock at any moment could have snapped that fucking thing like a twig. And he instinctively rolls up, picks his feet up, and puts Brock on his back. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes wins. To the shock of literally everybody, because everyone thought that Cody was going to lose. Crazy. People hated the finish. They thought it was weak. And I'm not one of those people. I think the finish exactly is how it should have gone. Because you knew that Brock wasn't going to lose to a fucking crossroads. Let's just face it right now. Yeah. He wasn't losing to a Cody cutter. He wasn't losing to a crossroads. He wasn't losing to a fucking bionic elbow. He was losing to something tricky. Maybe like a surprise roll-up or something like that. He ended up losing to a surprise roll-up out of a Kimura. So Brock's fucking pissed. Cody leaves in a hurry because he's fucking scared, as he should be, because Brock is now fucking pissed off. He's fucking all fucking bloody.
And
covered in blood.
And yeah, that's gonna tie into Raw when we review that.
And so Brock's bleeding a lot. That's how they fade to black. Pay-per-view over. I give this match 3.5 stars. This match was really fucking good. All the brawling at the beginning was really good. And it wasn't a squash, which is fucking.
Yeah.
If it was a squash, this match probably, if he hits the Germans, like when Cody went for the disaster kicks, if he hits the Germans there and then hits the F5 and wins in like fucking 3 minutes, I would have been like, or like 2.5, 3 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is fucking stupid. I'm like, they're doing our irreversible damage to Cody. But it didn't go that way. And it actually made Cody look really good. He kicked out of not kicked out of an F5, but survived an F5 and survived the Kimura. Two of the deadliest, I'll call them, two of the most impactful finishers in wrestling.
He did kick out of the F5.
He kicked out of it, yeah, but then Brock went for the Kimura. He kicked out of the F5, and he basically kicked out of the Kimura.
Yep.
Two of the most deadly finishers in wrestling right now.
Not a lot of
The
people
F5,
survive the.
You put someone in the F5, automatic. It's a 1-2-3 match over.
And not a lot of people survive the Kimura, by the way. Like, very few people survive that. So, yeah, this match was great. I love the finish because Cody needed a win after Mania, because if he lost here, his stock in the company, like, he's basically, like you said, unrecoverable if he loses this match. So they did that right. They had to have Brock lose in a way that made sense. And there was also other reasons, which we're going to talk about. There was two other reasons that it was okay that they did this finish. One, because you knew Cody was going to be announced for the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. So you needed a way for Cody to lose that tournament and not win that belt, just because that's not the belt that he should win when he gets his first World Championship. And second, they have Night of Champions coming up. That's in Saudi. They usually like to have Brock have a match on that show. He needs an opponent. It's an easy way to do a rematch. So this was 2 thumbs up. Now, before we do the letter grades, we got to talk about the Backlash post show, which took place on the Bump, which took place on May 7th, 2023. The hosts were Sam Roberts, Matt Camp, and Ryan Popola. Poor Matt Camp, like, he had to do the panel, and he had to do the post show afterwards. He didn't even get to go to Puerto Rico, and he was working, and like, he got shat on during the pre-show. Like, poor Matt Camp, he was just not having a good weekend that weekend. But yeah, they exchanged some nice words. They broke down what happened on the pay-per-view. Matt Camp came in last in the predictions league. So when it got to the time, his punishment was when it got time to, break down the 6-man tag, when he was he only got like 30 seconds to talk about it. And after the 30 seconds, he had to basically be quiet the rest of the time they were talking about it. I felt so bad for him because Sam Roberts kept cutting him off during his 30 seconds. Like, dude, the guy's got 30 seconds. Give him his 30 seconds. He didn't even get 30 seconds. He got like 10 seconds to talk about it. Sam Roberts wouldn't shut up. I was like, dude's only got like 30 seconds. And then, like, I remember at one point, Sam Roberts like asked him a question. He was clearly supposed to answer that question, but then like the 30 seconds was up. I was like, dude, they can't even answer the question now. He's just gonna sit there now. Like, he looks so poor Matt Camp. He got shat on by Peter Rosenberg, and then he got shat on the freaking post show. Like, honest, like, the dude should probably leave the company. He's getting like harassed all over the place. Like, poor guy. Too
bad.
Wow, you don't feel any sympathy for Matt Camp, do you? Hey, at least we don't do punishments on our predictions, like giving someone only 30 seconds to talk about a match. So, but they did some interviews during the show. They interviewed the LWO, and they had like a fun interview. Zelina Vega eventually joined up with it and had a lot of fun with everybody. They just talked about how Bad Bunny kicked Damian Priest's ass, and they feel like they're ready to put the Judgment Day behind them. Austin Theory got interviewed, and Kayla Braxton was doing all the interviews, and she asked him about retaining the United States title, how he feels about it. And Austin Theory thought that was a stupid question because everyone thought that he wasn't going to retain his championship tonight when he proved everybody wrong. And he says that he's sick and tired of proving people wrong. He's going to go party. Kayla Braxton tries to go party with him, but Austin Theory just doesn't. Huh?
Thirsty. But
Austin Theory didn't want to party with anybody. He was just going to party by himself. So, then Bianca Belair got interviewed. She talked about breaking the longest reigning women's champion record and all that type of stuff. So, pretty decent interviews right there. I thought we had a pretty decent post show. I would have preferred, instead of doing the bump, they would have just done like the press conference like they've been doing, because I enjoyed those more. But I understand why they'll do the press conferences, because if you do them for every pay-per-view, it's gonna really run stale. And I feel like too, there was really no reason to do another press because you did one before the show. There was really no reason to do one after the show. So, for all those wrestling people thinking they're gonna be able to go ask like the wrestlers questions, be like, yeah, we get to do all these press conferences now. They're gonna do these great press conferences. We get to ask them questions. I like how Triple H in Puerto Rico was just like, nah, yeah, no questions for you guys, no press conferences for you guys. You don't get to ask that. You guys don't get to ask any questions.
Just pre-recorded questions and answers. Just pre-recorded questions and answers. That's it.
Yep.
You're not even allowed to have like a fucking. You can't even form your own thought.
It was great.
It's formulated by AI.
Yeah, but that's Backlash. We have to do letter grades now. Now we're including the press conference with, and obviously you probably did watch the post show, so you don't have to include that. But that is included if you did watch it. But with everything, the actual show, pre-show, press conference, and post show, what would you give Backlash as a letter grade?
Backlash is a A+.
I would agree. This would probably be S rank had Zelina Vega won the belt. It probably would have been S rank, but the crowd really made this show. And yeah, just everybody was really good on this show. They all brought their A game up, except for Matt Camp because he wasn't allowed to put his A game. So poor Matt Camp, he didn't even get to go put his A game. He couldn't even go to Puerto Rico. He's just over there getting shat on. He's like, they're being so mean to him. But and that's Backlash covered. I realize I can call you Mr. While I'm trying to send my raw notes over to you. I'm gonna make conversation. I can pretty much call you Mr. Backlash now because the two Backlash shows we've covered that you've been on, you've been giving them like A+ and all that type of stuff. Isn't that great? Like,
yeah.
So you are Mr. Backlash. You just didn't know it.
I am Mr. Backlash.
All right.
Pay-per-view.
All right, I'm almost ready to send you these notes that you're not going to read.
Yep.
But I'm going to send them anyways because I'm just that nice.
Guessed it?
Huh?
How could you have guessed it?
But I'm just going to send you them anyways because I'm a nice guy. All right, take us through what happened on Raw this past week.
So Raw mysteriously just happened in this place called Jacksonville, Florida. Just one day they said, fuck it. Going here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the usual commentary team of Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick for Raw. Nothing's changed there. And they were in Jacksonville, Florida. Crazy how that works.
Yeah.
And the first person out on the show is Mr. Former Jacksonville himself, Cody Rhodes.
And I asked this, and this is true. The first time that he's been in Jacksonville for a wrestling show since he left AEW. Because I think by the time when they done Jacksonville shows was still in his injury. So this is the first time he's actually been in Jacksonville since he joined WWE, which is just insane.
Yes, and he was, and there was rumors around the last time that WWE was in Jacksonville was when Seth was tearing up the fucking set.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like officially there yet, but there were rumors. But I don't even know the last time they ran Jacksonville, but he wasn't there either way. So, he basically starts it up by saying, "What do you want to talk about?" That's his fucking thing that he does. Like every promo, it's what do you want to talk about. He started doing it in AEW. He does it, continues it now. That's his thing. That's his little thing that he does. He started every promo.
Isn't it weird how he got? I don't even really remember him doing it in AEW, but isn't it weird how it's gotten over huge in WWE, but in AEW it like died a death. Like it was terrible in AEW. Like
because everything AEW does is fucking terrible. But so he talks about how during the pandemic, this was his home, and it's true because it was. He talked about how he battled Brock, and he came out victorious, and that he was going to be in the tournament for the New World Heavyweight Championship. and the graphic showed. They showed the graphic as Cody was walking up the ramp, and it's Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes versus The Miz, Shinsuke versus Seth versus Damian Priest, which was the opening match of that night, and then the match that everyone was looking forward to the entire week, AJ Styles versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio. Former tag partners collide in Edge and Rey Mysterio. And the third and final triple threat was Theory, Lashley, and Sheamus.
Mm-hmm.
So, all really good on paper triple threat matches.
Yeah.
Each
I
match had a workhorse in it.
Yeah, I made it well known. Like, I obviously didn't like the fact that like the guys from SmackDown were fighting for it. I still don't like it, but at least we got some great matches out of it. So
that's all that.
Really and I do understand why they did it that way now because it's playoff season with NBA and the NHL. They want to try to get as many ratings as they possibly can, which is why Roman Reigns came back this week. It totally makes sense why they wanted to have the TV dominated by at least for this week with the tournament. That's why AEW did the cage match this week because they wanted to garner interest into their show and everything like that. Personally, I think WWE should have just, at least for Raw anyways, because I think SmackDown would get affected, but not as much as Raw, since SmackDown's on Fox and is seen by more people anyways. I feel like Raw would have been more benefited just having the tournament happen. At least going into Night of Champions.
Oh, yeah.
But, because that way at least people will say, oh, the tournament's tonight type of thing. So they would want to pique their interest and want to watch the show. Because the way they did the tournament, it's not how a tournament works. And it's really weird because you would think Triple H would know that because he's booked tons of tournaments before this. So it's like, why did he book the tournament this way? It didn't even make sense.
Bunch of triple threats and then singles matches, and then the finals is a singles match. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Just really, really weird.
They really could have spread this out if they really wanted to. Because they had the time. It's not because Night of Champions isn't until like the end of the month. So they easily could have, especially on Raw too. They easily could have done all the done like all the first round matches like on Raw, and then do like the quarterfinals, like spread those out. Do the semifinals on the same show, and then obviously because the match that was the finals that I think should have been the finals, which is on this show anyways. It doesn't really need a lot of build up because as you saw, the story was just natural anyways.
Yeah.
So I feel like they would have been better off doing it that way. It would leave a lot of guys on SmackDown in a little bit of limbo just because now we know Roman Reigns isn't defending his title, at least at this moment anyways, at Night of Champions. But I feel like you could easily fix that because they have the US belt they can fight over and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I just thought that I even though the tournament ended up working out in the long run, I just thought there was a better way they could have done it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with that too. Because if it's a Raw championship, why is there SmackDown people in a Raw championship match essentially?
Especially because Triple H made it clear during the draft that the title was to be fought for over the like whatever belt, whatever brand this belt went to would be for that brand. So why are SmackDown guys fighting for it?
Exactly.
Now it makes it predictable that who's gonna win the tournament, who's gonna win the belt now. Like unless they make a stipulation where if the SmackDown guy wins it, he's gonna sign over to Raw. But then why'd you draft him to SmackDown to begin with if he's gonna win the belt?
Yeah,
like,
it's just a bizarre thing. So I don't think anyone from SmackDown's winning it.
Yeah.
So Cody basically said that he's going to be the new World Heavyweight Champion. That's how he's looking forward to Samantha saying that she's going to say, and new World Heavyweight Champion Cody Rhodes. So he officially kicked off the tournament, and Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke versus Damian Priest was the opener, like I said, which is very bizarre because Cody just came out just to say, hey, look at this, the championship again.
Yeah, it's not like he was out in his wrestling gear too. It wasn't like he's out in his suit like normal. So you thought his match was going to be first. So
I was like, oh, Cody's going on first. That's cool, but nope.
Yep.
So like I said, the triple threat happens. Triple threat's pretty good. It's very good actually. And Nakamura eats the pin off of a pedigree from Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Again, it was a really good match.
Yeah, I agree. I like this match a lot. I thought everybody, it was really unpredictable. You really didn't know, like, I mean, you assumed Seth was going to win, but there was a chance Nakamura could have won, considering the fact that he just came back. There was a chance Damian Priest could have won because of the style making performance that he had. But yeah, I feel like too, even though Nakamura eats the pin, I feel like no one was really hurt from this match because Damian Priest, you can make the argument if he wasn't injured coming into the match, could have won it. And you know, they both took it out of each other so much eventually, and they both tried so hard that no one really looked bad for losing / winning. I guess I don't know how you look bad for winning, but I guess in my mind you look bad for winning. So
You have to.
yeah.
But
yeah, this
there
is
was a
really
little backstage segment between Imperium and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I like it. If that's going to be the match, it's not. But like, if they're gonna not Night of Champions at least, but if they're gonna do that on a Raw, I fucking bet that match is gonna steal the fucking show.
Yeah, they did do it on Raw. They were pretty much just announcing to everyone that Walter's coming to Raw, which is this week now. And Sammy and Kevin. I like too. Like they were basically trying to get them to leave. They just tried to have their own conversation and stuff like that. And like they would go off camera and stuff like that. Like the camera would pan away from them, and they would just try to have their own conversation. Like they were just being cool people. And then eventually it led to a match. I wouldn't have done the match on Raw. I kind of wish they would have built to it. Seeing SmackDown now, I guess that why they did it that way. But I would have preferred because they really could have done a few with this. I did like how they mentioned the fact that basically Kevin Owens mentioned this too, that everyone's a lackey nowadays. The Usos are lackeys, and now Imperium are they're lackeys now. Like I just love how Kevin Owens, he just went with like a huge tie-win about it. It was hilarious. Like,
yeah, that is. They're just lackeys now.
Yeah.
So up next is Mustafa Ali versus Otis with Shad Gable, Maxine Dupree, and they spend most of the time just arguing on the outside anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Otis was going to go for the Caterpillar, and of course Maxine Dupree being the hot manager that she is, and no fun hot manager, didn't want him to do the Caterpillar, so Otis charges at Mustafa Ali in the corner, misses, and fucking Otis hits the 450 splash and wins. Mustafa Ali hits the 450 splash and wins. If that was fucking Otis hitting that'd be fucking impressive.
I think Mustafa Ali would have been dead too. Like,
but yeah, so Mustafa Ali wins with the 450 splash. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't hate this though because it's built into a storyline. But yeah, it was really odd because I did not expect Mustafa Ali to win. But hey, he's looking on the positive signs. He got a win here, so he's a free agent too. By the way, I like how he has like a free agent, he has like a free agent Ali campaign going on right now, which is just really funny. But I didn't hate this too much. I think it's leading to a big babyface run for Alpha Academy, which I think is going to be great. I really don't know what's going on with Mansoor and Marseille if they're just completely off TV now because they got drafted, but they have not been on TV like pretty much since they moved to Raw.
Apparently, they're going to get a push. So I think Triple H likes them from what I've heard. So
yeah, so I don't know if he's like going to do something completely new with them, like change gimmicks type of thing.
I think they're going to say the same thing. From what I read,
I don't know.
It's still going to be the maximum models, but like they're still going to be doing the same thing. So I think nothing's going to change. It's just they're just going to get a push.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's looking like Otis and Chad Gable are turning babyface because Otis actually does side with Chad Gable more than Maxine Dupree as a lead. So, which should be how it happened because they're friends. So,
bros before hoes.
That's right.
So The next match is the World Heavyweight Championship tournament match. It's Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor versus The Miz. And this match is fucking great. There's a few times in the match where Miz goes for the skull crushing finale. Cody breaks up the pin. But then Cody hits a crossroads on Finn. The Miz tosses Cody out of the ring and tries to do the pin, but Cody immediately gets back in and breaks up the pin. Which I kind of like that. And then Cody hits The Miz a 3 crossroads for some fucking reason. I don't get that at all. You think the fucking Miz needs to be hit with 3 crossroads to win the match?
He was like, I guess he was pissed at him.
So, as Cody goes for the pin, out of nowhere, the Beast Incarnate, the next big thing, the 25-year-old youngest world champion ever, jumps the fucking barricade and beats the living fucking shit out of Cody and costs him the match, essentially, because that would lead to The Miz taking the as I like to call the coup de grace, the coup de Gracie, the coup de grace from the top rope, and loses. So Finn Balor advances to move on to face Seth fucking Rollins, because that's what it is.
He got out of there. Let's just say Finn got out of there really quick too. He was out of there in a hurry.
He was already fucking in the showers by the time the Brock turned around.
Yeah.
He was hyperspeed.
No joke either.
So
this was scary.
Cody gets the shit beaten out of him, left and right, and Brock gets on the mic and looks into the camera. And not only is this man fucking terrifying as it is, without facial deformities, and imprints on his face, and color disformation on his face. This fucking man is horrifying as it is. And now he has some nice bruises on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked fucking scary because one of his eyes looked fucking bloodshot.
Mm.
And
I messaged you after this happened. If 2003 Chris watched this, he would never would have watched wrestling again.
2003 Chris would have shit his pants. There'll be shit coming down my fucking leg. Diarrhea, liquid shit coming down my fucking leg. To the point where I would need to go to the hospital because there'd be so much bowel movements that I would need to go to the hospital.
I almost hid under my blankets when I saw this. Like, this was... I feel like, too, everyone to say, how can you watch horror movies, all this gruesome stuff? This is like a real person right here. This is not a character right here. This is real.
Not someone hiding under a mask. This is not someone hiding under a hockey mask or a fake face of human skin. This is a real ass human being. And he is scary.
Yeah.
And he is terrifying.
To be honest,
without any stuff on his face.
Yeah.
Without any bruising or bandages or bloodshot eye. Normal Brock Lesnar is a scary, scary, scary fucking human being.
If this dude had wanted to, he could have killed Cody on Raw. Cody would have been. We would have had a funeral for Cody probably on YouTube today. That's how scary this
would have been. There would have been a funeral. So Brock Lesnar picks him up. Brock fucking just F5s into the table because he's fucking mean. And who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him otherwise? You gonna tell him that to his face? Fuck no! He kicked my ass in 40 seconds.
Notice this.
Dead.
Notice this time around. Notice with this time around, when something like this happens, security comes out and tells the wrestler to stop doing that. There was no security on this show.
No. Absolutely not. If I told him, "Hey Brock, you're being a little bit too mean. Can you calm down?" I'd be fucking dead. I would be fucking dead.
Yeah.
I would be dead on the ground. So Brock gets on the mic and just fucking he takes a jab at him and says, "Who's the coward now?" And he challenges Cody to a match at Night of Champions. And drops the mic, and then walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And then the referees go to check on a fallen, beaten down to a fucking pulp Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Poor fucking guy got the ever-living daylights beaten out of him.
He was like knocked out too when he was cutting this promo. Like when he picked him up, he was knocked the hell out. Like this was scary. Like this, honestly, like I feel like a lot of little kids turned off Raw for the rest of their lives after seeing this. Like a lot.
Oh, it was scary.
Yeah, this was like, yeah, yeah, it's so scary. You can't. I don't even know if you can like it. That's how scary it is. I feel like you're not allowed to like it. This was Brock Lesnar from like 2003 when he first turned heel. Brock Lesnar, like this was but like knocked up like 10 notches. Like holy crap! And the thing that makes me more scared. Think about it. The biggest critique we had was that we didn't really. It didn't even make sense. Like Brock had no reason to go after Cody Rhodes. Now this is scary. Now he has a reason to beat up Cody Rhodes. Now he has a reason.
Now he has a fucking reason. Good God.
Oh my gosh.
Horrifying now. So next match was SmackDown Women's Champion Rhea Ripley versus with her little fucking pet Dominic Mysterio ringside versus Dana Brooke. And I will say, the entrance for Dana Brooke's pretty awkward because she went over to go slap 5 with a kid at ringside, and the kid completely ignored her.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredibly awkward, and I couldn't help but laugh hysterically.
I was still feeling the wheels of seeing Brock Lesnar, so I didn't even notice.
It was pretty much a squash.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Brooke got a very minimal at best offense. Nothing to be nothing at all, really.
Kind of how it should be.
She locks the prism lock, and the fucking match was over.
Yeah. I liked this though. It's okay to have a squash match because we had like really competitive matches for a little bit. We needed a breather, and I thought this was the perfect way to do it. We'll just talk about it now. It doesn't look like they're gonna do the belt swap, which I'm happy about because I hate it. It's never good.
Thing.
Yeah, it's never good when they do it. It's just kind of awkward though that the SmackDown Women's Championship is on Raw and the Raw Women's Championship is on SmackDown. That's just really weird. Like they have to either change the name of the belts or I wanted to just keep it that way too. Just because Bianca's still the Raw Women's Champion and that's the belt with the lineage. So I wonder if they'll change the belts after Bianca loses the belt. Kind of like
I think they would do that because right now it doesn't make any sense because her lineage was with that belt and she's held it for over I don't even know how many days now. It's been a long ass time.
Yeah, so maybe that's why which is why I think you're gonna see Roma come out with the Universal title. At least until he loses it. So but yeah, I liked this though. We might get used to seeing Rhea Ripley with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Because it would just be weird if they did the belt swap. It just won't work. I remember I wanted to if they're not doing it also this year. Because I remember it was such a disaster when they tried it last year with Charlotte and Becky. I remember I never saw it, but I just heard how much of a disaster that was. So maybe that's why they're not doing it also. Like but yeah, continue with Raw.
So after the match, Rhea hands Dominic the SmackDown Women's title, and she hits her with a Riptide and another Prism Lock until Natalia's music hits, and she, being a new addition to Raw via the draft, makes the save for Dana Brooke and gets in Rhea's face, and Rhea just walks away. I kind of like that because again, like it's not going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be a short, quick feud, but it's a fucking reliable veteran.
Yeah,
that can get the job done and look credible doing it. So I don't mind it.
I talked about this before. They should do it because Natalia's probably going to be wrapping up soon, just because she's been in the business for a while. They should do like
40
They
now.
should do it, huh?
I think she's over 40 now.
They should do like not when it's like her last year in wrestling. They should do like a retirement thing, like they did for Ric Flair, where like the next match she loses, she has to retire, and
Oh yeah,
that
I would
could,
like that a lot.
especially too, because that would really get her over. Because I feel like she shouldn't just be someone that retires just because of how long she's been there. I feel like a lot of people don't really think about what she did for like the women's division, just because she's been kind of an afterthought since the Four Horsewomen got caught up and everything like that. So, but yeah, I
She's
liked
done
this
a lot
though.
more-
Huh?
People think she's done like not a whole lot. She's done so much. It's not even funny.
And she had some of it to her detriment. She had to do a lot of shit before,
Yeah,
So
a lot of bad women's matches, but at the same time, it pretty much wasn't her fault though.
yeah, it was
Uh,
all, yeah,
So next we had the undisputed tag team champions of the fucking world, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Imperium. And before the match begins, Kaiser is doing his Kaiser and Vinci are doing their fucking taunt, and Kevin Owens is in the background, just fucking making fun of him.
Mhm.
It was the funniest thing. He's just like, what is going on here? Hello? What is going
Yeah,
on here? That shit was so funny. I loved every bit of it. That was so funny. It kills me. He's just like, what is going on here?
yeah,
So this match is really, really, really good. Another this match is just really good. Huluva kick on Vinci for Kevin and Sammy to win. Really good match. Really good match. I liked it a lot.
yeah. I liked it a lot. Um, I would have preferred this to be at a pay-per-view, like not on Raw, like one and done. I hope they come back to this someday. Just because I think Imperium should be the next tag champs after they should be the team that beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If not them, then it should be obviously Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. It's looking like the tag championships, at least for both divisions, the women's and the men's, are going to be double branded because I feel like they would have addressed it on Raw this week. Unless that's going to happen temporarily, so that way they can do the match they're setting up, which we'll talk about when we review SmackDown. But yeah, I was starting to feel excited because I'm like, yes, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn can now move on for the Bloodline. This is a good way this is a good step to that. But I ended up being sadly mistaken on Friday. So I like this a lot, though. I thought Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they needed a win. I don't think Imperium looked weak by losing here. They took them to the limit and everything like that. I just would have preferred this. I hope this isn't a one and done thing. I hope they kind of come back.
No,
to this.
I hope it's not a 1-10 thing either. I hope it continues on.
Yeah.
So next is Zoe Stark and Nikki Cross. This is Zoe Stark's Raw debut.
Yeah, this was set up because this is one of the segments you missed where she got interviewed backstage and she basically confronted Nikki Cross and it led to a match. So continue.
So it's a pretty back and forth match. Near the end, Nikki Cross gets she fires up, has a big comeback, but it's all for naught as Zoe Stark hits her with the Z360 for the win. In her Raw debut, Zoe Stark is your winner. It's a pretty solid matchup. Very, very solid.
This was okay. Nobody really cared about Zoe Stark. This is very concerning because they're in Florida, and that's like the place you would think that she would be over.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were this is a bigger crowd though, just because they're in the PC. I don't think it carried over as much as a lot of people would have thought so. But yeah, nobody was really into Zoe Stark here. I think that's going to take time. I believe I'm going to talk about this. Vince Russo ranted about this, talking about how Zoe Stark isn't a star, just a mid carder, and I'm just thinking about it was a debut match. Like it
was.
I remember he said this about Sami Zayn when he had his debut match. And look how long he ended up becoming.
Wrong.
It's really weird that he said that about Sami Zayn, by the way, because the dude Like he's gonna. This is why you can't take his opinions seriously. He was saying about Sami Zayn. The dude wrestled John Cena in his first match on Raw, and he was saying, "Oh, this is just nothing but a mid card guy type of thing." It's like,
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
yeah, like Vince Russo just doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, look at the two wrestling companies that he nearly put. One that he put out of business for the most part. One that he pretty much almost put out of business. So I feel like you can't don't take Vince Russo seriously because
Never do.
yeah.
So backstage, Austin Creed, Xavier Woods, is with Akira Tozawa, and they are laughing, and Dom didn't like it because he's a fucking child.
What do you think they were laughing about?
I don't know. They seem to have a very funny conversation.
Yeah.
They love that little fucking ungrateful pissant of a son, little shit stain. He decided that he didn't like what they were saying, and he wanted to he challenges Xavier Woods to a match, and Xavier accepts it.
And then I remember too, like right when Dom walks away, he was just like, "Wait, what happened to Tozawa?" Like Tozawa was just gone. He didn't know what happened to him.
He disappeared.
Yeah, I like the way Tozawa was utilized on this show because he's shown earlier, like when Imperium's warning them about the wrath of Walter, and he like ran away from like Imperium when they were talking to him. Like it's like Tozawa was a star, and well, he was like one of the stars on Raw. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Like he deserves. He should get like a one-off Intercontinental Championship match or something. Like you have like a really good performance. He's awesome. I love him.
He's great.
And again, he has great sense of humor, obviously.
Because
Because
he thinks fucking he made Xavier Woods laugh so fucking hard.
He did.
So next, Trish Stratus is out backstage before her in-ring segment, and she's passing on missing posters with Becky Lynch's face on it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: this Trish promo sucked.
Really bad.
This is the worst promo I think she's ever had.
Yeah.
Nothing sounded convincing. She sounded very monotone. Like again, the heels are supposed to sound like monotone and like evil and shit and like condescending, but like this was like beyond that.
Yeah.
Like this is just terrible. I was sitting there, I'm like, this is fucking awful. Like this is really fucking bad. And then they did the thing where they fucking they did the fake entrance theme out. And I was like, oh come on. I'm like, really?
You could tell that this was fake because of Trish's reaction to it. Like
I was like, really? Fucking WWE loves to do that.
mm-hmm.
So Trish starts talking more. He was saying how fucking dumb Becky's daughter is for something. I don't know why. Bizarre. Why
she like talked about
I don't know why.
She talked about how like Becky's child didn't even know what colors and she's like 2 years old. It's like I don't even think that's like how does that get heat? Like the wrestling fans aren't really even going to think that that's that big of a deal. Like they don't. That's not what they think. That's not going to get them angry. Like,
but like I felt like this is super stretch. This is more than like stretch. This is like super stretch.
mm-hmm.
Like this, they were stretching it out. She was walking around the ring a lot. Like I'm like looking like I didn't realize at the time, but like man, they were really stretching for time here.
They were,
and like you could tell because this was just fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So Becky's music hits again, and she basically cusses at the guy at the truck for playing Becky's theme, like saying it's not funny. And Becky shows up behind her. And I will say this too. This crowd sucked in Jacksonville. It only popped for Cody and for Becky, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. And
Seth.
And Seth too, yeah. And the crowd was fucking dead other than that. But
yeah.
So Becky beats the crap out of Trish to get her revenge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've said this. I said it already. This promo just sucked.
Yeah, this wasn't good. I was pretty into the Trish heel turn the first week, and now they've completely ruined it. She cut a very bad interview the next week. Then she wasn't on, which is fair enough because it was the draft. And then this is really what jumped the shark for me. Like, this wasn't good. I say, like, the best way to fix this is just do the match at Night of Champions, get it over with, and just have Trish go back to being a babyface and never talk about this again. It sucks because that means you have to get that match in Saudi, but they can't drag. They can't. They were talking about how they're going to do this at SummerSlam. They can't even drag this out to Money in the Bank. It's that bad now. Like that's how bad this is now. I know there's talks they want to do like Trish and Lita again. I really don't think that's a good idea, considering the fact that Lita has been very hasn't been the best wrestler recently. She finally got her footed in. The only time we should see Lita again is Becky and Lita just want to get back their tag titles. I feel like trying to do Trish and Lita again just isn't going to work in 2023.
Because Lita, like, and I said this in the chat, in our private chat, like, and it hurt me to say it. She looks old and slow.
Yeah.
And it's like, in her run that she had against Becky, where she was competing against her for the title, and Becky was the deranged heel. I felt like she was really good in that program.
Yep.
Like, the match quality was good. She looked really good. She looked like she hadn't lost a step. And now it's like, you look at her now, and it's like, oof.
Yeah.
Like, old. She's slow. She wrestled in slow motion. When they won the tag titles, that fucking moonsault she did the top rope took her fucking like at least a good minute and a half.
Yeah.
To try to get into position to make sure she wouldn't fall. Like, it was just like, oh my god.
And think about it, that was just a tag. These were tag. She only had tag matches too. There's no. I don't even know what she'd be like 1-on-1. Like, I feel like you should just go out on the high horse that you are the tag champions. I think that should just be it. You did the one thing that you were the first person in your era to be a women's tag champion. Like, I feel like that should be enough. So let's hope that's what happens. But yeah. The segment was no good. End this feud as soon as you possibly can.
Just done. So backstage, Adam Pearce and KO and Sammy were with their close personal friend, Cody Rhodes, in the trainer's room with him, checking on him. And Rhodes is looking to be and Cody's in really bad shape.
Yeah.
Not looking good for him. And they went on to talk about like how dangerous Brock was and all this kind of stuff about Brock. But yeah. And then Jinder, they had a promo for Jinder, Veer, and Jinder, Sangha, and Veer. Don't fucking care at all. Next is that match that we saw before that was set up earlier. It was Dominic against Xavier Woods. This match is actually really good. And Dominic wins with a roll up.
Hold of the tights, that damn cheater.
A fucking cheating fucking pissant of a fucking bastard son.
Yeah. Given my thoughts on all this, I liked obviously the Cody stuff. It was a good story they went through. Don't care about Indus at the moment debuting. I feel like they'll do really well for like a month and then they'll like fizzle out really quickly. I really hope that's not the tag team that takes the belts off Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because that would just be a really bad idea.
Let's go.
I really liked the Xavier
Indian audience that don't like heels.
And then I like and Xavier Woods and Dominic Mysterio was really good. I like that a lot. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
Poor Xavier Woods, you just got screwed there. Guy was like undefeated on SmackDown. He goes to Raw and he immediately loses. Poor guy. Felt so bad for him.
Yeah. Just awful.
Yeah. I mean that's what happens when you cheat, though, I guess.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, so he needs to cheat. So backstage, Raquel and Liv bump into Sonya and Chelsea because they've been getting signatures all night. for a petition for a shot at the tag titles. Raquel and Liv signed them, saying that they can get that. I don't know why they needed to fucking sign it. They could have said, you know what, we're going to give you a tag title shot. But they said that they laughed in their faces. They planned on facing Damage Control for the tag titles, and there's no way that Rodriguez and Morgan will retain them. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, and then they just walked away like laughing.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was like, this is fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
On top of bizarre. And I was like, wait a minute. So they're going to fucking face them for the tag titles? Or are they going to wait till Damage Control wins them?
Yeah, it was weird. Luckily, we got more.
Then?
Yeah, luckily we got some more clarification on it. There's one thing you missed. The Way debuted on the main roster. Because they were backstage and they signed the well, they didn't sign it, they just made fun of them and stuff. But
good.
Yeah, I was happy to see the Way debuted. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do together on the main roster.
They also were throwing massive hints that Tommaso was going to come back.
Yeah, but I'm excited about.
Big DIY. Please, for the love of God. I'll say it at the end when we do the news and shit.
If we have time, we may not have time for that, but
okay, I'm just kidding. They're looking to give new theme songs to people.
Okay.
So when if DIY gets a new theme song,
that'd be cool.
It needs an update.
Well, depending how good it is. So
yeah, I like the one. There, well, Chrome Hearts is really good, but like it needs an update. That's first of all, I don't think they have the rights to any of those fucking theme songs anymore.
Yeah,
and I don't think the CFO is even a fucking band anymore.
Yeah, so they don't even have the rights to them. They obviously have kept some of them, but not all of them. But
yeah,
I'm happy to see the Way on the main roster. I'm happy about this because it gives them something to do. We don't really know injury-wise how ready Johnny Gargano is because he just did this backstage segment, but it will be cool to see Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell team up again. Because the Way did pretty well at NXT.
That is very well.
I feel like people, will get into Dexter Lumis again because Dexter Lumis hasn't had much to do recently. So I'm actually happy about this. Because now it's not Shawn Michaels booking Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. It's not him doing that anymore. We don't need that.
So. Slice it right down the middle. You know what that means? Break them up.
Yep. That was actually, I think, the start of the first tag team. He tried breaking up, and then they got released. So then they didn't break them up. Her partner got released, anyways, and Dexter got released. So it's like, yeah,
Steph DeLander and Dexter Lumis got released.
Mm-hmm.
So next backstage, The Miz walks up to Nakamura and blames him for neither continuing in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He pitches teaming up with Nakamura. And Nakamura basically says that in Japanese that he has tiny balls.
Yes, he does. And he says that they're having a match next week.
And then after that, I love that too. That was really good. I love Nakamura. He's the man.
He's great. He's not he's very nice and chill.
Next, Cody has a backstage segment. They asked him about his health. He ignored it and said that he accepts Brock's challenge at Night of Champions. And they're going to have a fight at Night of Champions. I liked it.
It was really good. I feel like they're going to add a stipulation. Huh?
Cody cut a nice, passionate promo.
Yep. I like this a lot. It seems like they're going to add some type of stipulation to the Cody Brock match this time because I think they should. I hope they do Fight Pit. That would be awesome, just because that would make sense. But then you have the issue is I think Cody would lose that match because I don't see Cody submitting Brock unless he knocked him out. But I just don't see a scenario where that would happen. So they're probably just going to do like a street fight or like a no holds barred type match. So
I would do kind of like a no holds barred false count anywhere match.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the old hardcore division used to be when it was 24/7. Like that way, like the Bob Holly Al Snow match.
Yeah,
kind of like go like that, like go through the arena and have it end like somewhere different.
They probably would.
Don't drag him back to the ring, hit one move, and win.
Yeah.
Like, have him hit an F5 on the concrete floor.
Yeah,
or
that'd be cool.
in the middle of the fucking street.
Yeah, that'd be cool. They probably wouldn't go too far back. They probably wouldn't go too far backstage just because that stadium in Saudi is huge. So they probably wouldn't get that far, but we'll see.
Somewhere like something different.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, I liked the Cody and I liked these segments a lot. They were really good.
So now we have the main event of the evening. It's the singles match where the winner faces the winner of the SmackDown side of things. It's Finn Balor versus Seth fucking Rollins. And this match is fucking crazy good. Just really go back and watch it. I'm not going to fucking say much more. There's one point where Balor ends up kicking out at 2.9. So he almost got the win there. But it's to no avail as Seth Rollins gets the fucking victory. Seth fucking Rollins is your winner. Mm-hmm. And he goes on to face either Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Edge, or Rey Mysterio.
Yep, this was
maybe because the way the graphic is, he might face all 6 of them.
Yep.
Because it literally shows Seth, the World Heavyweight Championship, and then 6 competitors.
Yeah, so it was funny.
6-on-1 match.
Who wins the belt in that case?
Seth freaking Rollins. He overcomes the odds.
But anyhow, this match was great. I love how they did the callback where Finn Balor did the exact same powerbomb on the outside that Seth did to him back at SummerSlam 2016. That was great.
Love that. That was awesome.
Yeah. This was a great match here. I thought the right person went over. Finn Balor looked really strong in defeat. There was points in the match where he didn't even look like he was breaking a sweat. He even said, "I can do this all night long," type of thing. And it took like 2 stomps and a pedigree to finally put him away. So I don't think Finn Balor looked weak at all in this match. So
he looked really strong and really fucking good.
Yeah. And that was Raw. I thought Raw was a great show. I'm gonna give it a B+. It would be in the A range, but that Trish segment was just so bad that you can't give the show like an A range.
I'm in the same boat as you. I fully 100% agree with you on that.
Yeah. So that next we're just gonna go through main event real quick. That show took place on May, I believe, 10th, 2023. I have it wrong in my notes. Apparently, it took place on April 19th, 2023. I haven't updated into my notes yet. We had Byron Saxton and Kevin Patrick on commentary for this show. They were being very nice to each other. I was really proud of them. I like it when wrestlers are nice to each other. It's really good when they're nice. And, I feel like Kevin Patrick needs someone to be nice to him every once in a while because Corey Graves is always kind of mean to him sometimes. So it's really nice when he can get someone out there that's nice to him. It doesn't last very long. It doesn't last very long though. It only lasts like a half hour, and then Corey Graves comes out and is immediately mean to him too. So it's like,
what an asshole.
Yeah. We had 2 matches on the show as always. It was Emma versus Roxanne Perez. It was pretty cool that it was Roxanne Perez. At first, and she got a pretty good reaction too. The fans were really into this match. Eventually, Emma won with the Widow's Peak. I don't agree with that. They should have just given the win to Roxanne Perez. I don't think it would have hurt Emma all that much. This should have been one of those occasions where like Roxanne Perez hit the pop rocks out of nowhere and got the win. But it is what it is. And then Nathan Frazier fought Akira Tozawa. This match was great. Everybody was really into this match. It was awesome to see Nathan Frazier be like a normal wrestler and not doing whatever he's doing nowadays. But Akira Tozawa won with the senton, and that made sense. I don't think Nathan Frazier was really hurt too much from that. He had a really good showing here, and he really broke out. So that was main event. I'm going to give it a B-. We had 2 really good matches on the show that you definitely should check out. That Chris isn't going to check out because he doesn't watch main events. Now let's go through NXT. It took place on May 9th, 2023. We had the best commentary in all of professional wrestling right now, Booker T and Vic Joseph.
Yeah.
Booker T's so great that he couldn't even make up his mind on whose side he was on this show. It showed the intro where it showed like who could possibly win the NXT Women's Championship. They had all the wrestlers out there that are going to be in the tournament. It's Tiffany Stratton, Gigi Dolan, Roxanne Perez, Fallon Henley, Lyra Valkyria, Tiana James, and there's two other ones I'm probably forgetting. Cora Jade is another one, and I don't know. I think I know I'm missing somebody, but I forget who it is. We had the first match in that tournament. It was for the vacant NXT Women's Championship quarterfinals match. It was Tiffany Stratton versus Gigi Dolan. Oh, I remember who it is. It's JC Jane. That's the other person that's in the tournament. But yeah, this match was pretty good. Eventually, Tiffany Stratton won with a run-in moonsault. Yeah, this really didn't do any favors for Gigi Dolan. I thought the match was good. This is probably a match where JC Jane should have interfered. It didn't even make sense that she didn't even interfere. It cost her the match because it would have added to that feud, and that way Gigi Dolan would have looked a little bit better. You could tell they don't trust Tiffany Stratton to look like a full match because typically the opener of NXT always has the picture-in-picture break, and this time that was not the case. Which is very concerning because I think she's potentially winning this tournament. And if she can't even work a full match, why are you going to put the belt on her? But what did you think of this match overall? I thought it was pretty good. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
I couldn't hear you, so you might have to talk again.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the match between Tiffany Stratton and Gigi Dolan?
Thought it was pretty solid. I mean, Tiffany was carried all the way, obviously.
For sure. Because Gigi Dolan's a veteran in the business, so. Then Skizzen's backstage. Joe Gacy wishes the Grizzled Young Veterans luck on winning the NXT Tag Team Championships. And he said that he's going to stay behind tonight because he has other things that he feels like he has to accomplish. And he sends Ava out there. So there you go. What do you think of this segment? I didn't think it was very good.
It was a segment that happened on the show.
And then Carmelo Hayes and Twick Williams are at the barber shop. They're talking about how Twick Williams is going to have a star-making performance in the NXT in his match against Braun Breaker tonight. And Carmelo Hayes offers to go there with him, but Twick Williams wants to do this on his own. So he tells Carmelo Hayes to stay at the barber shop. This barber shop must be really like okay with him staying there all day. Like that's good for him. They must be really tight and all that type of stuff. Like anybody else would have gotten thrown out of the barber shop by now. So
yeah.
What did you think of this segment? I thought it was good.
I thought it was really, really good.
I was mad they didn't play the theme music, like because usually I like the song that they play with it. But they didn't play it this time. I get they were trying to make it seem like Carmelo Hayes was mad, but we deserve to hear that theme music. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Then we had Gallus defending the NXT Tag Team titles against the Grizzled Young Veterans. This match was really good. Gallus eventually win with the Buddha Doom. I don't remember what they call it, but it's the Buddha Doom pretty much.
Yeah,
during the match,
I don't remember either. I don't remember what it was called either.
During the match, they did like a little video where the Creed brothers were backstage and they were like making fun of Schism, and Ivy Nile wanted them to get serious, and eventually she comes out and attacks Ava, and it ends up that's what ends up costing Grizzled Young Veterans the match. So there you go. I thought this tag title match was really good. This match would be better if we could just have the match the way that we're supposed to have it, with Grizzled Young Veterans being the Grizzled Young Veterans and Gallus being the way they are now. What did you think, though?
Yeah, like if they should have just gone back to the Grizzled Young Veterans already. This is fucking the stupidest gimmick ever. It's terrible. All the match stuff wasn't bad. I liked it.
Then Chase U's students are backstage. They're talking about how they think Duke Hudson's doing as a temporary professor at the moment. And Javier Bernal comes up and talks about how
a fucking loser.
I don't even know what he talked about. He was just putting down the university pretty much. And then he basically puts them down saying, you guys all know Duke Hudson's just going to turn on you guys anyways. Yeah, might as well just rub it in our face, John, that you're breaking up this over faction. Huh?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And then Duke Hudson comes up. Thea Hale is asking how she did on her pop quiz or whatever, and Duke Hudson said 85. And they're all like happy about it. Like the way he said it too, like he was like all happy he gave her an 85 too. Like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I don't know. And then Javier Bernal is putting down the university, and it does this Duke Hudson that cuts this passionate promo on him, and he challenges him to a match on this show. I thought the segment was absolutely awesome, even though it's leading to the breakup of Chase U. I think Duke Hudson's doing a really good job as Professor. Probably too good of a job because now it's going to lead to the breakup, and I kind of want him to do a bad job because then he won't get then he won't think that he's a better Professor. But what did you think of this?
I thought it was really good.
Do you think Duke Hudson, do you think Thea Hale deserved that 85 on a pop quiz?
Fuck yeah.
I liked how they talked about too, like Duke Hudson had to come up with a quick lesson plan, like throw it together because it was about the draft. It's like they act like they don't have access to go watch the draft episode. Like they act like they threw that at Flossless like a whim. Like they act like they haven't seen the draft episode. It's not that hard to do research on. Like, what are you talking about? Like, huh?
For them, it is.
I guess so. Then it shows a vignette on this mystery attacker of NXT. I don't care about the mystery attacker. I don't even think they've done anything with it. What did you think of that? That was terrible.
Just not very good. I don't even know who it could be. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna speculate.
Who cares to speculate, right? Like, and then Javier Bernal wrestled Duke Hudson. Duke Hudson won with the running big boot. And I was happy about this because I don't like Javier Bernal and Duke Hudson's the man. So what do you think of this?
Javier Bernal is an asshole. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Give me the Duke.
Huh?
Give me that Duke.
And then Von Wagner and Mr. Stone are backstage. Mr. Stone is playing like quick question, like 20 questions with Von Wagner, where he's trying to get to know his personality, and he tries to ask him about the scar that he has on his head from when he was a baby, but he still won't answer the questions. And then Lucas Crucifino comes up and offers to be his lawyer, but he chokes him up against the not the guardrail, but like the equipment box backstage, and tells him to stay out of his business. And he just says pistachio to Mr. Stone because that's his favorite ice cream, and Mr. Stone's just like pistachio, and then he walks away. This segment was like not meant to be good, but I think I laughed at it because of all the things that, like, I don't know, this segment just made me laugh. Lucas Crucifino, now that you've seen him, looks like a fucking wimp. What do you think of this though?
I thought it was decent.
Yeah, they might actually salvage Von Wagner somehow.
I don't know why the fact that Mr. Stone's still with him. I thought the whole fucking point is he was supposed to not be with him.
But this is working now. They have something here.
The whole fucking point of the stipulation was if he lost, Mr. Stone wouldn't be there anymore.
It's either that or you got to have Von Wagner by himself, though. What would you rather have? You got to
have Von Wagner cutting Hall of Fame level fucking promos.
Then we had Gallus backstage, and the Creed brothers challenged him to a tag title match. And yeah, that was it. Nothing real. I'm looking forward. It seems like they're gonna set up another triple threat match because Shawn Michaels forgets how to book standard 2-1-2 tag matches. He doesn't know how to book anything else. But what did you think?
Multi-man matches. That's it.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of this?
Good.
One thumb up. Then we had Eddie Thorpe versus Damon Kemp. This match was very good. I was really into it. Eventually, Damon Kemp tries to use the ring apron to save himself from getting German suplex, but he's unable to do so. He tries to put it back, but Eddie Thorpe sees it coming, and he ends up hitting like a really cool splash onto him. I thought they protected Damon Kemp in defeat pretty well here. It'd be better if he didn't always lose, though, so it doesn't really matter. You can protect the guy all you want. He's still a fucking loser.
He's still the fucking loser.
But I still liked this. I feel like they're going to do a rematch where Damon Kemp's going to lose again and then just disappear forever. But in the moment, this is okay. What did you think of this?
That was fine. Like, Damon Kemp's going to keep on fucking losing anyway.
Yeah.
The new NXT jobber.
And then Kiana James gets interviewed, and she talks about all the things that she's done since she's been in NXT. So that was a great reminder right there. I really didn't need to hear that. But what did you think of this?
I thought it was solid. was
Then
decent.
Braun Breaker gets interviewed. He's very angry. He talks about how he just doesn't give a damn anymore. He doesn't really give a damn about the people. They clearly chose Carmelo Hayes. And you think that's going to be it, but all of a sudden he cuts like this fiery promo saying that he's going to beat the shit out of Trick Williams. And he said that all you fatheads are going to be forced to watch it. And he kicks Mackenzie Mitchell completely out of his locker room. Like,
Oof.
all of a sudden, like he was just so angry out of nowhere right here. It was, and it makes sense considering who he was related to. So what did you think of this?
He was being a jerk. He's so angry now all of a sudden.
And you know, he's what?
He's jealous.
He's very jealous.
He's a jilted lover.
Next we had Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak. This was good for what it was. Eventually, Dijak gets himself disqualified by using the chair on Dragunov, and eventually he beats him up on the outside. He drops the steps on him, and I like this. I didn't like the finish too much. There was really no reason to do a match right now. I felt like they just kind of rushed it. They should have saved the match for like Battleground or like the Go Home Show of Battleground. There was really no reason to do this match this soon. There was, it didn't really make any sense, and you had to do a lame DQ finish that didn't benefit anybody. So, what did you think?
It was okay.
There you go.
Nothing special.
Then Tyler Bates backstage meditating. Wesley's wondering what's going on because it looked like Tyler Bate was doing something more than meditating. The room was very smoky. And Wesley's trying to talk to Tyler Bate, trying to tell him that he's going to be ringside for his match for his match in a couple minutes. And Tyler Bate's just in a trance, and he has to snap Tyler Bate out of it. And Tyler Bate's cool with it, so they just leave together. I like the segment a lot. I really like the gimmick where Tyler Bates just at peace and meditating all the time. I think that could work. But what did you think of this?
It was good. I liked it.
And I'm glad that Tyler Bate was very respectful of Wesley. He didn't get mad at him that he interrupted his meditation. He was very at peace with it. So I was very proud of him for that because other wrestlers would have like been a huge asshole about it, but Tyler Bate was a very nice guy about it. So I'm really proud of him. Then we had Dana Luna video. This was used to set up a tag match between Briggs and Jensen versus Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. So there you go. I thought this was a good way to set that up. What did you think?
Yeah, it was a good way to set it up.
Then we had Charlie Dempsey with Drew Gulak versus Tyler Bate with Wes Lee. This match was really good. Eventually, Joe Gacy's out there. He's watching the match. And eventually, this distracts Tyler Bate. He hits a suicide dive on the outside. And this causes Charlie Dempsey to hit a half Nelson, a full Nelson Dragon suplex onto him for the win. I don't mind Charlie Dempsey winning, but I just do not like the fact that they're going to they're going to bring in Joe Gacy for this feud. Like, it's really stupid. It really doesn't even make any sense. It really should just be Tyler Bate versus Wesley and not Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy sucks, has no business fighting for any championships, and should go back to develop. Well, he's in developmental. He should go back to like super developmental, like a PC level developmental. What did you think? And I don't mean computer developmental. I mean like he's got to go back and like train type of thing. But what did you think of this?
It was okay.
Next, Carmelo Hayes is on Twitter. He got mad at seeing the promo that Braun Breaker cut, so it causes him to go to the arena. And then Dragon Lee gets interviewed, and he talked about how he's upset with Noam Dar that he cost him his match against JD McDonough. Eventually, Noam Dar comes on the screen, and he invites him to be on the Supernova 11 sessions, and Dragon Lee accepts. I like these segments here. I thought they were really good. What did you think?
Yeah, they were good segments.
I really can't wait to see the Supernova 11 done on on TV because we've seen it on NXT UK and it's been pretty good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it on NXT. Then we had Briggs and Jensen. They faced Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. This match was good. Briggs and Jensen dominate this match. They hit the finish for the win. This kind of needed to be a domination because they really need to rebuild Briggs and Jensen after that terrible Kiana James storyline, and I think this is a good path to that. So what did you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a way to build them back up again after that crappy feud.
And I think they can. I think that's going to happen. So
It could.
we're off to a good start. Lyra Valkyria does a terrible promo talking about how she's going to win the NXT Women's Championship. It was awful. What did you think of this? It was terrible.
Terrible.
And then Nathan Fraser does the hard-hitting home truths. Then he talks about the draft. And he basically just uses the rest of the thing to basically tear into Noam Dar. This gimmick of Nathan Fraser does not fit him at all. It doesn't help the fact that Mustafa Ali is literally doing the same gimmick as a heel on the main roster. So it doesn't really make him stand out at all. And he should just be a regular wrestler. There's no reason for him to do this goofy gimmick. What did you think? Oh, what did you think?
I thought it was solid.
Oh, okay. Then we had the next match of the vacant NXT Women's Championship Tournament quarterfinals match. It was Kiana James versus Lyra Valkyria. This was okay. Lyra Valkyria won. I was really happy about this. It was, if we did style ratings for NXT, I would give this a 3-star just because Kiana James didn't win. I was so happy she lost. I was very happy about it. What did you think?
This match is fine. Nothing special.
Then Gallus are at the bar having drinks, and Tony D and Stacks come up and basically throw their name into the hat to the NXT tag title picture. So Gallus tell them to leave the bar, and Tony D basically stands his ground. But then a bunch of other people who are just clearly local PC guys and stuff get up, and we're all going to basically beat the shit out of Stacks and Tony D. And Stack pretty much has to say, yeah, we're outnumbered here. Like, I think they would have murdered Stacks and Tony D had they not decided to leave. Like, I was very scared for them. Not obviously Brock Lesnar level scared, but still pretty scared. What did you think?
Yeah, definitely not Brock level scary, but it was scary.
Yeah. I don't know what if this is meant to be Fallon Henley's bar. They never explained that, but it doesn't look like the same bar. But Gallus need to stop drinking. You're gonna have to go to because they're doing way too much drinking. I think they drink every week. Like you don't want to be like Matt Riddle. Don't be like him. What do you I think they need to control their drinking. What do you think?
Needs to be under control.
maybe in their minds it is. And then we had Trick Williams versus Braun Breaker. This match went about how you thought it would. Trick Williams got a really good flowy in the match. He looked really strong in the beginning, and then Braun Breaker just destroyed him. Made him tap out to the Steiner recliner. I thought Trick Williams looked really strong in the match, all things considering. I thought he had a really good hope spot where it looked like he could have won. Then afterwards, Carmelo Hayes attacks him, and it leads to a brawl where he goes to hit some type of springboard off of the middle rope, but then Braun Breaker completely lays him out with a spear, and that was it. They're still saying this is a new Braun Breaker. He would have done all this stuff as a babyface, so I don't know what's different about it. So yeah, what did you think of this?
Not much different.
Yeah, I'm not into Braun Breaker as a heel at the moment. It's really not anything different. The only thing that's different is he's just mean now. But he was kind of mean before though, so it's like, you know. And it's really sad because that's why he hasn't been called up, because I guess this heel one's been really well received. I don't know who's well received. If it's Shawn Michaels that's really well receiving it, then I guess something's wrong right there. If it's Shawn Michaels is the one that's making it really well received. I like how all of a sudden now he wants the NXT Championship again. I thought it was cursed, Braun. I thought it was cursed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was a cursed championship.
NXT was a good show, though. I feel like these past couple of weeks have been better because Shawn Michaels has just been focusing on the wrestling instead of the booking. So I'm going to give it a B-. Isn't it weird how we like good booking, but basically the only way NXT can be good is if Shawn Michaels basically just just books matches and not actual booking. What do you think of this? Of NXT.
I thought it was solid. It
What
was
would
a
you give it
solid
for?
show. It was a good show. It's been a while since they had a good NXT.
Well, actually, I like how the week you missed, it was like the best episode of NXT like all year. The week you missed, it's like maybe you're the reason NXT isn't good because you keep doing the videos. So let's cover SmackDown real quick. It took place on May 12th, 2023. We had Wade Barrett and Michael Cole on commentary. We had an excellent triple threat match between Edge, AJ Styles, and Rey Mysterio. This was the first round in the World Title Tournament. And this match was everything you could have wanted. Think about it. These guys are like in their 50s. And the match had no business being, well, I wouldn't say in their 50s, but they're basically, they're almost, they're like very close to their 50s.
Edge and Ray are, but AJ's getting up there too.
Yeah. And this match had no business being as good as it was. Now let me put this in perspective. I just saw the first ever triple threat match between AJ, Daniels, and Joe. Styles still has it. Like, yeah, he's obviously older and stuff, but Styles can still go. Like, honestly, he could go another 5 years if he really wanted to. That's how good he is.
Definitely.
Like, this match was fantastic. Yes, it had its botches and things like that, but this match was fantastic. There was a bit of news going into the match because Edge did a promo, like I think at his house or whatever, like in his gym, where he talked about how if he wins the World Heavyweight Championship, after he loses it, he's going to retire pretty much. And that got a lot of people talking, thinking, maybe he's going to actually win the world title then. And all of a sudden here, he lost. And not only did he lose, he took the pin in this match, by the way. AJ beat him with a phenomenal forearm. I really like this. I definitely don't think it was part of WWE story because they didn't mention that Edge did that promo. I think Edge kind of went off on a tangent and did it himself. Which I'm kind of glad they didn't, because then if they had talked about it, Edge would have had to win here. But I actually prefer that they did it this way, just because one, if it's gonna be Seth versus someone for the belt, it shouldn't be Edge. A lot of people were speculated that this was gonna be Edge's last match, like Edge was gonna retire at Night of Champions of all places, and I'm like, you guys realize what Night of Champions is, right? You think Edge is gonna retire in Saudi of all places? Get your heads out of your asses. He's not. No one's retiring in Saudi except Goldberg, and that's his own damn fault. But yeah, what did you think of this triple threat match? It was excellent. Like,
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this match all week, and it really lived up to the hype. And then we had the other triple threat match. It was Bobby Lashley versus Sheamus versus Austin Theory. It seems like Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley just want to be in a triple threat match, like together with another wrestler. Like I think they're gonna run down every wrestler like on the roster and just be in a triple threat match, because they've been in one with Seth, they've been in one with Braun. I almost said Braun Breaker, but Bronson Reed. So they should just honestly make that a storyline where they just want to have a triple threat match with everybody. I think that'd be hilarious. Bobby Lashley won this match. I believe he won the match with the spear. He got busted open in the match, which sucked because he had to come out and wrestle later. You could just definitely tell he was covered. But yeah, what did you think of this? I thought this was awesome. What did you think of this?
I thought it was solid. I thought it was good.
And then we had Adam Pearce backstage. Grayson Waller wanted to have the winner of the semifinals be on the Grayson Waller effect next week, and Adam Pearce agreed to it. I'm really looking forward to this. This is finally Grayson Waller's big chance on the big stage, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Grayson Waller effect done on the big stage. I can't wait. What do you think?
I thought it was good.
We
need to see the Grayson Waller effect, and we need to have an Instagram Live where it's actually updated.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was going to ask that. Do you think they will do it on Instagram Live for that reason, or do you think
they would?
Yeah, I wonder if Fox will be more up to date because it's on a different channel and everything like that.
Yeah.
So. Baron Corbin versus Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes won the match in 10 seconds. This was awesome. I'm loving this. Baron Corbin's such a loser. He's gonna be honestly, if they book this right, he could be like the second best babyface in the entire company. What did you think of this? This was awesome.
Yeah, Baron Corbin's awesome.
Well, he's not awesome right now, so
he's on his back and he's fucking looking up at the lights.
He's been doing that since November. So Roman Reigns returns, and yeah, this was pretty scary right here. Going through this quickly, he is happy about kind of how everything is right now. He's happy with Solo Sikoa's performance, but he's not happy with the Usos. He gets mad at him. He's mad that they dedicated a win to him and didn't win the match. Not only that, but they dedicated a tag team match to him, but he's not even a tag team guy. And he forces the Usos to apologize. And at first, Jimmy's just laughing this off. And Roman, I knew, by the way, when I saw Jimmy laughing, I knew Roman Reigns was not going to let him get away with that. You knew Roman Reigns was going to say something about that. And I even love, he even calls back to the WrestleMania ad that he did where he says, am I a clown to you like WrestleMania? I love that callback right there. And Jay actually apologizes. And what sucked about this is they were bleeping out the crowd here because they were chanting "Holy shit!" and you didn't even hear Jay apologize. Like that was the biggest thing you were meant to hear, and you didn't hear it. And Jimmy then apologizes, and they want another chance to prove themselves to the Bloodline. So they want to be in the. They want to face Kevin Owens and Sami for the tag titles. But if this is the swerve here, that's not the case. Instead, it's going to be Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships.
Oof.
And the Usos weren't happy about this. And he dedicates the match not to the Usos, to the Wild Samoans, which they probably realistically are a better team. But that was clearly meant to like be a jab at the Usos because the Usos probably really are the better team in that equation. But yeah, this was segment ruled. I really did not expect to hear that. I really don't know if this match is going to happen with Roman Reigns and Solo versus Sami and KO just because of the issue with Sami. But I'm hearing that like they worked around it where Sami can actually get to Saudi. Even though it can happen, I do have my concerns about it because I feel like you're gonna have to heavily protect Sami Zayn if he gets over there. Honest, like he's gonna like I really worry for his safety if he gets over there. Like it really, that's gonna be huge if they could get Sami in Saudi though. But I feel like something could happen where like he gets taken out and like Matt Riddle has to take his place or something. I could see that happening. Or like they don't even do the match, like Roman Reigns, they get obliterated on TV. Because I still, even though I hear that it could happen, I feel like this match is just not going to happen. Something's going to happen that prevents this match from happening because there's just no way it can. But I still love this segment though. A lot of people I think are worried now that Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are going to win the tag titles, which I don't think is going to happen. I definitely think they're going to do something where Jay either purposefully or accidentally cost them the match, and that leads to maybe Roman completely destroying Jay, and it leads to like a Jimmy Roman feud in the summer. What did you think of this, though? What did you think of this, though?
I thought it was good.
And yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they do with this. I do think I was kind of mad at first because it's at the point now where I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have to do something new. Like they've been in this bloodline feud for a long time. I thought they kind of ended it really well. I will be bullshit if Solo and Roman win the tag titles just because it's going to really devalue Sami and KO's victory over the bloodline. I really hope they don't win the tag. Huh?
100%, yeah.
Yeah. But again, I don't even know if this match is going to happen. Like, what are the chances you see this match happening?
I give it 50-50.
Yeah, so again, though, if this does, I want to talk about this now because I won't be able to talk about it until like after the show. If this does happen, please protect Sami. Think about how over Sami Zayn could be because he's never been to Saudi before. Like a lot of people in Saudi probably haven't seen Sami Zayn wrestle live. So he could get over huge in Saudi. Again, I'm just worried about what could happen to him because Jamal Khashoggi, that's all I'll say about that. All it takes is for the leader of Saudi, I shouldn't even say this, but this could happen, saying like, hey, Sammy, we want to have a meeting with you real quick. Yeah. Please. I mean, there is a way to protect Sammy. Just have Brock be his traveling buddy that week. No one will fuck with Sammy then.
Oh, hell
no. I am kind of interested to see how this turns out, like who takes care of because Sami Zayn's getting. I feel like if this does happen, he'll get very well taken care of in Saudi. Like, I'm wondering if he's gonna have to go into hiding during that time.
Oh, definitely.
It's just gonna be Damage Control get interviewed, and they just basically talk about how they're still good, but there's some problems there. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez retain the tag titles against Damage Control. The match was pretty good. It looks like they set up the breakup of Damage Control, which I'm happy about. What did you think of these stuff? What did you think of these segments?
I like them. I like them a lot.
And then we had the Brawling Brutes backstage. Sheamus is upset that he didn't win the title, but Ridge Holland tries to pump him up. They offer to go out for drinks. I know what you're going to say. I just said that Gallus needs to control their drinking. Sheamus, the Brawling Brutes are fine. I almost made that mistake, by the way. Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes are fine. They don't need to control their drinking. They're cool. They understand that Sheamus is a top guy in the industry. His drinking is fine. Like Gallus haven't even scratched the surface yet. They need to get. That's why they need to control their drinking. So they're fine. Like Sheamus has been doing the same level of drinking, and is a top guy in the company. So his drinking is completely under control. Do you completely agree with me, or do you think Sheamus needs to control his drinking?
A little bit of both.
No, his drinking, they're fine. I mean, he'll probably be drinking more if his best friend leaves the company, though. So let's hope they can come. Let's hope they can come to a. I mean, it doesn't matter anyways. They're on different brands. It's not like they're gonna see each other ever. So, but anyhow, Pretty Deadly come up. They completely make fun of the Brawling Brutes, which was funny. It seemed like they were signing the deal to the contracts to like SmackDown. They were like, "What do we fill out here?" and all that type of stuff. And then they just kind of leave and laugh at them. It's like they were being kind of mean, but it was like I understand that because you have to go after the top dogs in the business. And right now that's Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes. So I get what you're trying to do there, but I feel like they didn't. I feel like they were just kind of goofing around too much. I feel like they needed to kind of take it more seriously. What did you think? What did you think? Uh-oh. Hello?
Yep.
Do you think they need to do you think they took their opportunity seriously enough, or do you think they should have do you think they should handle it the way they should have?
Yeah, they handled it properly.
All right. Then Bianca Belair is supposed to have a Raw Women's Championship celebration, and it doesn't happen because Asuka comes out and turns heel and sprays mist in her face. She oversold it a little bit, but I liked the heel turn. I hope this leads to Asuka winning the belt because I feel like that needs to happen. You need to validate that heel turn,
Yep.
but I like this a lot. What did you think?
I liked it a lot too. Yeah, Bianca oversold it, but again, it is what it is.
It's also mist in the face. Like I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that that shit doesn't feel great anyways. So, then we had the main event, not the show, because we already covered that. So you can stay right here. I understand you want to leave because it's past your bedtime.
It is.
Huh?
It is.
But it's AJ Styles versus Bobby Lashley semi-finals in the world title. AJ wins. He is going to face Seth Rollins. It was pretty obvious AJ was going to win here, but I was still happy with it anyways. It was still a good enough match, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Seth Rollins versus AJ. That's going to be an awesome match. It's pretty obvious Seth Rollins will win, but there's like a 2% chance that AJ Styles could win if he decides to go to Raw. But yeah, I was happy with this. What did you think?
I'm happy AJ won. It was great.
And we haven't seen Seth versus AJ in a while, so I'm happy to see that match. So, and then as for Level Up, it was pretty decent. We had Wendy Chu versus it wasn't the opener, but I'm just talking about it anyways. I'll be honest, I did watch Level Up, but it was hard to get into it because this is when our schedule started changing, so I had to work around that. So I was not really paying much attention to it. Dante Chen beat Travian Heights. That match was pretty decent. I missed the finish because this is when we had to start making schedule changes, but Dante Chen won. I'm really proud of him. He never wins, so it's nice when he gets one once in a while. Kalana Jordan faced Wendy Chu. She looked fairly good in the match, but Wendy Chu still won. And then Adria Sanofe and Malik Blade beat Bonko Nima and Lucy Prince, whatever you say that. But yeah, that was good. I was happy with that. So Level Up was okay. It was hard for me to get into it because Chris and I were texting each other at the time and having to make schedule changes, so I couldn't really pay attention to it. So I'll just be generous and give it a C-. That's kind of like I'm sorry type of thing that I couldn't pay attention. C-. I apologize. So, we're not going to do any predictions because I'm not going to be around much. I'm not going to be around much these next couple of weeks since I'm going to be in North Carolina. So there's really no point in doing predictions for a show that I can't even watch, for shows that I can't even really watch live for the most part. And Chris is just a tired boy right now. He wants to go to bed. He's hating me right now that I kept him on this long. So, is there anything you want to plug or promote, Chris, before you go to bed?
Is there anything I want to plug or promote? Go to bed, guys.
What if they're watching this like the next day at like 2 p.m.?
Fucking go to bed.
Oh, yes, so you're going to bed. As for all my stuff, I'm not doing any plugs. You know where to find me. I've been doing like many videos. I have to do a couple more of these next couple of days, so I'll do my plugs then. But yeah, just be a good guy. I'm trying and just watch all the videos. Just get my channel up to 1,000 subscribers while I'm away. That's not going to happen, but you know, let's live the dream, right? And this isn't me giving you permission, Chris, to make a bunch of YouTube channels and subscribe to my channel. This is not me. Huh?
Don't worry, I'm gonna do it anyway.
There you go. But that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later. Since this is being recorded to the past, talk to you in the future. I know that's a retro catchphrase, but this still applies here, so it kind of works itself out. So, good night, Chris. Let's hope the video can end.
Doing what?
What do you mean?
You just texted me doing, and I texted you back doing what?
Oh, I meant to say doing plugs. I meant to say doing plugs, but it didn't. I was texting so fast I forgot to. I think I thought I wrote plugs, but I guess my phone didn't like.
Well, look. Did you already say your catchphrase? What am I missed?
Just in the video, I guess. I don't know.
See you in the past, future, back to the
No, I did.
past
I did.
Samurai Jack. Good night, everybody.
I did do the catchphrase.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as WWE content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.